Welcome to the samwelb 12 experience,
where we have you covered for all the NHL action, play-by-play, news, and more. Make sure to subscribe today.
Watching samwelb experience.
We made it. We've made it. Game number 82. We've come to the end of the road. The regular season is done after tonight, and we are moments away from the Stanley Cup playoffs getting going. I'm fired up. I hope you're fired up, even though this game is pretty much meaningless. We're going to have a good time celebrating this phenomenal season that we have enjoyed over the last several months as we get ready to embark in the second season. Coming up, Mega, what's going on? Welcome in. Lala's Place, how's it going? Scott, good to see you. Welcome in, Coach. Coach is getting ready, getting those simulated games going on the PS there. That's awesome. I got to do that as well. But welcome in, Cottaging, going to the game tonight. Nice, that's awesome. Andrew, welcome in. Good to see you. Welcome to the party. Billy, how's it going? Welcome in. Welcome in, Paige and Brandon. How's it going, everybody? Oh boy, this is going to be a fun one tonight. Like I said, not a lot on the line. In fact, nothing on the line, but we're still going to go through it. We're going to hang out. We're going to have ourselves a little bit of a party. And let's start the party by going over the lineups. Who's in? Who's taking care of this one? And we're going to start it off with the Red Wings. The Red Wings going with Bergeron, Dylan Larkin, Lucas Raymond. We got Patty Kane with Casper and Alex DeBrincat. Oh, on the Xbox. There you go. On the Xbox. Tarasenko going to be with Comfort and Rasmussen. Watson with Mott and Smith. On the D side, Edvinsson and Snyder. Sherratt and Petrie. Lagesson and Johansson. And Peter Mrazek getting the start in net for the Maple Leafs here tonight. No Justin Hall. I know you are all heartbroken. I'm heartbroken. I was really looking forward to seeing Justin Hall in tonight's game, but there was no Justin Hall. I may shed a tear. Oh, Justin Hall. Still laugh at Justin Hall, but that's okay. For the Maple Leafs, Matthew Nyes is going to be in here with Austin Matthews and Mitch Marner. They're not sitting the big boys. They're all playing tonight. We got Max Domi with John Tavares and William Nylander. Bobby McMahon going to be with Pontus Holmberg and Nick Robertson. And Steven Lorentz with Lawton and Callie Yarncroc. Riley and Carlo on the D pairing with Benoit and Tanev. And then Dakota Mermis and Philippe Myers, the two young stars, going to be paired up tonight. And Joseph Wall is going to get the go here for the Leafs and net. Waller going to get into the last game. A lot of injuries still listed here. Hakanpää, Pacioretty, McCabe, Kempf, and Ekman-Larsson. However, Berube did say earlier today that McCabe, Kempf, and Ekman-Larsson all making very good progress and all are very likely to be available for game one. That means it's going to be interesting to see how this team is going to make their adjustments and come in and be ready. What lineup adjustments? Obviously, the two young guys, Mermis and Myers, are going to come out if Ekman-Larsson and McCabe are set to return. If Kampf goes in, does Nick Robertson come out? If Pacioretty is ready to go, does that mean Robertson and Holmberg both come out? We're going to have to wait and see what they choose to do. Chase, welcome in. We're going to talk about that, Leafs or Sens. We're going to go through all the scenarios, all the playoff groupings, and give you kind of our thoughts on it. B. Disney, how's it going? Swedish Rob, welcome in. Thank you for hitting those like buttons. Really appreciate it. But this is just going to be a fun game today. Again, nothing really on the line at all. This is just a stay healthy and get through this one. Victoria, how's it going? Welcome in. Now, over the last 5 games, Matthews got 6 points. Marner's got 3 goals. Of course, Marner picked up his 100th point the other day. That was absolutely huge. Great to see Marner, first time in his career, picking up 100 points. And Austin Matthews with the big 400 career goals. That was something. That was really, really something. Morgan, how's it going? Spencer, what's up? Welcome in to you both. Welcome into the party. Now, do us a favor. As you are coming in, you know it. I see it coming in. Hit that like button and hit that share. Share us out so lots more folks know where we are, because I don't know where everybody is today. But we're going to get it going. I'm sure they'll be in a little bit. We're coming up to 7 o'clock, 7 minutes away from 7 o'clock, and then we'll be rocking and rolling with this one going on. 400 goals, that is insane. Numi, how's it going? Welcome in. Going to PEI tonight. Nice. Well, safe travels, Numi. Safe travels. PEI is gorgeous. Never been there myself. But absolutely love it. Chase, I appreciate that so very much. You got it going on, my friend. JDA, what's up, brother? Welcome to the party. Game number 82. It's been a long season, but it's a fun season. It's been so full of ups and downs. It's been wild. DV, what's going on? Welcome in. Welcome to the party. Marshall, good to see you. Welcome in. A meaningless game. That's right, Johnny. A meaningless game tonight. Tonight is one of those where you want to pad your stats. Sure, just stay healthy, right? That's all we ask. Stay healthy. Nothing on the line here. The Red Wings playing for pride. The Red Wings, of course, want to shut Toronto down. Here's Berube. Let's see what he has to say.
I mean, we want to keep playing our game. I don't think you go away from that. We want to play structured tonight, do things right, and there's no reason not to. I mean, we've been playing good hockey. We want to continue to do the same tonight.
Yeah, it's been a really impressive run down the stretch here for your team. What have you liked the most about the way the group is playing? Structure,
I think, and a commitment to defense and play and checking side of things, doing the little things night in and night out. It's been pretty solid.
So your first season in Toronto, it's gone very well. Your first playoffs in Toronto, what are you expecting?
Well, I mean, expecting a tough series right away, right off the hop. I think I focus on our first series, Ottawa, and they've done a great job there. They're a very good team, and it's going to be a tough series.
You've gone all the way, of course. You've won the Stanley Cup as a coach. What do you think makes you a good playoff coach?
Players performing, getting your players to perform at a high level, and battling. It's going to be a battle. I think more than anything, you got to look at playoffs. It's tough. It's a grind, and shift after shift, staying composed and just keep grinding. You can't get too down. You can't get too high in the playoffs. You got to stay composed.
Well, thank you for grinding through these interviews with us this season. We've appreciated it.
There it is, Berube with his last regular season interview. And the reason I was chuckling was one of the training staff in the background was walking by holding up a whiteboard. And on the whiteboard, it said, "Hi, Mom," as he walked by the screen. And then he walked by the screen the other way and it said, "Bye, Mom." That was pretty funny. That was very, very funny. Roger, how's it going? Welcome in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is going to be a good one. The severe weather, welcome in as well. And so here we go. Last game. Berube says the right thing. Going into these playoffs, it is going to be a banger of a series, right? They're going to play Ottawa. Ottawa's going to bang and crash. Alan, how's it going? Welcome in. What they have to do is stay composed. And that is a really good message, especially when it becomes the Battle of Ontario. It's been 21 years since Toronto and Ottawa have played each other in the playoffs. And if you remember back then, things got a little heated. Darcy Tucker going absolutely wild, challenging the whole bench. I mean, it was an intense series. It was a crazy series. So these guys have to stay composed and they have to get it done. Johnny's calling the Sens in 6. So, Johnny, I'm kind of with you thinking it's going to be a 6-game series, but I'm going the other way. I think the Maple Leafs are going to take it in 6. I think Ottawa is going to physically pound them, but I think the Toronto goaltending, I think Stolarz is going to be outstanding. Allmark is going to be outstanding in the other side, but it is almost a coin flip, but I do think Toronto has the edge. Now, a lot of people are going to jump at me saying, well, Sam, Ottawa has owned them all season long. Yep, that is absolutely correct. Ottawa has owned Toronto this regular season. But come playoffs, it's a different story, and I think Toronto's going to take it in 6 games. We will talk about all the predictions, all the playoffs, matchups coming up at first intermission. So stick around, and we'd love to go through and talk about it. Why does Boston always find a way to haunt us? That's right, Scott. Sending Allmark to Ottawa. They knew it was going to happen. They knew it. BC, what's up? Welcome in. I'm good. Thank you. Toronto, welcome in as well. Anakin Skywalker, what's up? Don't join the dark side. Don't do it. As a Habs fan, I hate to say the Sens, but they will 100% destroy the Leafs. I don't think it's that definitive. I really don't. It's going to be a banger of a series. I really, really do think Toronto's going to surprise a lot of people this year. I really do. The last few games, and we'll see if it's going to play out this way here tonight, but the last few games, I've seen a different side of Mitch Marner. Mitch Marner is registering some hits. He's going in the corners. He's pulling pucks away. He's scoring goals. He's shooting more. Now, not to say Mitch Marner is the live or die of the Toronto Maple Leafs, but they need everybody going at full tilt. And seeing Mitch Marner up his game like that is amazing. Matthew Nyes is going to bring it to a whole other level. So BC, again, let's not worry about the past. Let's worry about this season, because what Marner has been doing the last few games, he hasn't done in previous seasons as well. So I know a lot of us want to default back, and me as well. We want to default back and say, in the previous years, this guy hasn't done anything, or this guy was bad, or this goalie was bad. And it's all true. It's all true. I say that because the Sens seem to be more of a tough team. They are, Anakin. They are definitely a harder hitting team. They are a harder hitting team for sure, but I think Toronto has more skill. What JT is doing this year is something we haven't seen from JT in a while. And yes, Scott, he does have to stay out of the box for sure. Oh, stay out of the corners. He has to stay out of the box. I don't mind JT going in the corners. I don't think he's been that weak. He's come over as good support, and JT's been playing a very solid year. This squad is just different than we've seen in the past. We've seen a different energy coming through, and I don't think it's fair to say last year this guy was bad. This guy was bad. You know, we actually went through and we looked at what a lot of these guys were doing points-wise in terms of the core four, and a lot of them were point per game, right? A lot of these guys were point per game. Lost Anchor, what's going on? We've been waiting for this one for a while. Now, don't forget last year as well. If we want to look back to last year, hey, Mr. Wolf, Onyx, what's shaking? Last year, Matthews missed a bunch of playoffs games, and Nylander missed a bunch of playoff games. They had goaltending issues. There was a lot of things wrong with this squad in the playoffs last year. Now, it's not to make excuses. They lost to a better Boston team. But after all the adversity, the injuries, and they came back to force Game 7, and they took it to the end. They took it to the brink, to overtime. It could have gone either way, but Boston came out. So I think Toronto has as good a chance as ever. Now, Brady Tkachuk is back tonight. Brady is back playing for the Senators. He is healthy. He's good to go, or at least they say he's healthy. So we're going to see how he can come in, and he's going to lead that team. The Senators are not going to be a pushover. Sens are going to want to prove something. So, Johnny, that's a great point. They are going to want to prove something. And when I talk about Brady Tkachuk, Brady sat here and he watched brother Matthew win the cup last year, go all the way, right? He was there at his side. The year before, when the Panthers went to the finals, Matthew with a broken sternum couldn't dress himself. His brother had to help him out. He knows what it's like to go through the battles, to go through the wars. He's ready to do it, and it's not going to be an easy thing. With Shabbat there and Batherson and Strutzel, there's so much good talent on that Senator team that this Toronto team needs to be on their best. They need their goaltenders to be top notch, which they are most nights. They need their defense to be solid, right? Their defense is going to lead to offensive chances. And I like our defense better this year than in the past. Brendan Carlo is going to add a much needed set of toughness. Ekman Larson, hopefully he really is healthy. He's going to give us a huge push as well. Do you think we could see a Toronto-Montreal second round? Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think they would end up in the conference finals because they're starting in the other bracket with Washington. So Montreal and Washington going to get going. Montreal is going to have a very tough time to get past Washington. But of all the teams that can do it, I think Montreal is riding such a high right now that I think they have as good a chance as ever to pass the Washington Capitals. I really, really do. To me, that series is going to be very different. A lot of people are picking the Caps in 4, the Caps in 5. I think Montreal is going to push the Caps to a level they were not expecting. I think Washington is underestimating what Montreal brings. But it's going to be a lot of fun. Been so getting over. Oh no, Marshall, yikes. Oh man, I hope you're doing all right. That sucks. Any rib injury is just brutal. Thoughts on Rangers not making the playoffs? JDA, I couldn't be happier. Couldn't be happier. I picked Montreal in the bracket. There, coach, I'm the same. I also think Montreal is going to do that. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have lots of playoff streams coming up. A lot of you know that already. Lots of streams coming up. We are starting on Saturday. We're going to be spending tomorrow scheduling and building out a number of first round streams. So starting tomorrow, you'll start to see those popping up here on the channel. So definitely make sure you are subscribed because we're going to get those up tomorrow. And we're going to start it with game number 1. We're going to start it with the Blues in the Jets. That's going to kick it off. So we got to start the playoffs with the schedule that's made. And while that wouldn't have been my first choice of a game to do, that's going to be out there. Blues and Jets are going to kick it off on Saturday. Of course, Toronto and Ottawa, that's coming up on Sunday. That's going to be a huge one. The schedule is a little strange on how all these games played out. I thought they would have really loaded up here on Saturday and Sunday, and Saturday just has the 2 games. So it's going to be interesting. 5-3 Blues over Jets. I would be shocked. I would be absolutely shocked if the Jets lost that first game. I really would be. At least playing on Easter Sunday. That's great news for the boys. On the 3rd day, he rose. There you go, Ake. Welcome in. Welcome in. Let's see. There was Bruno's comment. I got that. All right. So they're going to their commercial break. It's 7:05 when they return from commercial break. We're going to be set to get this one up and running. Oh, this is the last one. Again, not expecting a banger, just expecting to have some fun today, get through this game, and make sure everyone stays healthy, right? That's the key. Stay healthy. So we started going through some of these stats. As we come into the last game, the Maple Leafs right now are sitting 7th in the National Hockey League on the power play at 25%. The Detroit Red Wings are 4th at 26.8%. It's funny, a team that's 4th in the power play did not make the playoffs, and this could be why. On the penalty kill, Detroit is 32nd. While they can score goals with the man advantage, they cannot kill them off. Last in the league, 69.8%, 32nd overall on the penalty kill. Toronto at 78.1% is 17th. In the face-off circle, Toronto is 2nd overall, 53.6%. We've seen them do really good jobs at times, being upwards around 60% in the face-off circle. For the Red Wings, they are sitting at 22nd. For goals for, Detroit is 22nd, Toronto is 7th. Goals against, Detroit is 20th, Toronto is 10th. Over the last 10 games, the Red Wings are 6-3-1. They do have 3 straight wins coming over 3 playoff contenders: New Jersey Devils, Dallas, and the Tampa Bay Lightning. The Maple Leafs have been red hot and hot at the right time. They are 8-1-1, coming in 4 straight wins over Tampa, Montreal, Carolina, and Buffalo. 2 of those overtime wins. So Toronto is getting hot at the right time. Can they continue it? Jared, thanks, my man. Appreciate that. It'll be tough to watch with WrestleMania Plus. Oh, Mega, it's not going to be tough for me. We're gonna have the game right here. We're gonna bring up WrestleMania. We're gonna have that down here in the bottom corner. We're gonna be watching both, and we will make sure we are updating everybody on WrestleMania as well. John, how's it going? I'm doing great. Thank you very much. It's been a busy day. It's been a busy week, but we are looking forward to the weekend and looking forward to the playoffs kicking off. Jay, how's it going? I'm doing great. Thank you so much. Welcome in. Welcome to everybody who's coming in. Don't forget to tap that thumbs up for us. Hit that like button. Hit that sub up, and let's get ready to go. Come on, guys. Let's drop this puck. 7:08. It's just about time. We're just waiting for them to come on the ice, or at least switch the feed down to the ice so we can get things going. Oh, I'm pumped up. Who are the refs tonight? Who are the officials? We got Furman South and Carter Sandiak, the referees. And just like that, we're ready to go. Every time I switch to this scene, it automatically goes on mute, and it gets me every single time. Scoreboard up here. This box right here is going to show you where the shots are coming from. Are they using the points? Are they shooting from the face-off dots? You'll see all that here. Right down here in the corner, this is going to show you the puck movement. It is a little bit ahead of the broadcast. TSN, for whatever reason, usually has a few minutes of a delay, but we can see Toronto's going to start this game with possession. All right, here we go. Let's drop this puck. Let's go. Lawton off the draw, and Toronto going to bring this one back in their own zone. They're going to flip this ahead. Patoli, how's it going? Welcome in. And, of course, on the far end, that's going to show you who's on the ice. And we get a high stick right away to end this rush, to break this one down. Over on the far side here, it's going to show you who's on the ice, what the stat lines are for those players, so you'll be able to see, do they have any points? Do they have any shots? It will take a little bit to update. Zoran, how's it going? Welcome in. You'll wear your Jets jersey. There you go. Mega's going to wear the Jets jersey. Get it fired up. Here we go. In the corner, Toronto going to play this up to the line. It's going to be chipped out down the ice. And it's going to be an icing call. So first we get a high stick. Now we get an icing call. Maybe the players really don't want to start this game. Of course, we talked off the top about Mitch Marner. Lots of conversation to be had about Mitch Marner. He picked up his 100th point of the season for the first time in his career. Mitch Marner, the unrestricted free agent, he's going to need to have a mega playoffs to earn that mega contract he wants. Colleen, welcome in. Go Leafs, go. Let's do it. Here come those Leafs. Marner going to bring this down, chipping it into the Red Wing zone. Nyes coming in on Sider. This coming around, pulled out. Matthews to Marner to Nyes, and that's going to go just wide. Everyone getting a little touch here. Patrick Kane swinging it around behind the net. Will Patrick Kane stay in Detroit, and for how long? All the way down the ice, Toronto picking it up. Setting it up for Riley. Riley looking one way. Now he's going to go back the other. Hey, Mark, what's going on? No, Mark, everybody's in. Here's Domi. Domi bringing it right up. He tries to swing it to Tavares. I think, Mark, because of all the injuries they had, they really didn't have any extra bodies to bring up. This coming around in the corner, going to be chipped by the Red Wings up to the Leaf line. They're going to dump it in. Turning around is Tanev with it. Tanev behind the net, playing this one up. Little flip to Tavares. Tavares carrying this one in. He's being grabbed and held onto. The wing player literally has a hold on his arm. Ref letting it go. Nylander back to the line. They're going to send this one in deep for Tavares. Tavares bringing this one back around. Whoops. At the line, they're going to pull it just out, and that's going to be an offside. Nice little play. They had it going, but a little bobble at the line brings it offside. So, you know, the other day we were talking about Connor Bedard, right? We were talking about Connor Bedard, and I made the comment that I thought Connor Bedard is being wasted in Chicago. That I really don't think, you know, that team is set up for his success. Well, I don't know if you saw Keep Six, what's going on. Connor Bedard has come out and he has said he intends on signing an extension in Chicago. He wants to stay there. Yes, Detroit bringing it right back into the Leaf zone. I was floored when I saw that. Now, maybe he's just saying the right things to get the best extension he can, but I thought for sure he'd want to move out. But hey, just goes to show we really have no idea what these players are thinking. So Kyle Dubas was right when he put this team together. Oh no, James. There were a lot of things wrong with that team. Toronto had to make a lot of adjustments. But the core four is here. He is right on those core four. However, he overpaid those core four, which led us to some of the issues that needed to be fixed. Red Wings in their own zone. Going to play this one up. Cross ice, bringing it out. Here comes Smith. Smith into the Leaf zone. Putting it over to the corner. Long shot, looking for the deflection. Wall didn't see it. He has to come across. And Toronto going to pick it up. Up to Lorentz. Lorentz going to chip this one out and all the way down the ice. What knowledge is Keep Six dropping? Stolarz attended Western University. They paid his tuition. So I didn't know that either, Keep Six. Very cool. Lewis, how's it going? Good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome in, everybody. Patrick Kane with this now at the red line. He's going to be pushed all the way back. Nye's going to steal it away. Nye's walking out in front. His shot's going to get blocked. Marner going in the corner after it. Wing's going to bring it around the other side. Johnson trying to get it up. Benoit stepping up on him. Trying to move this one through. Sherratt going to bring it the other way. I so wish Sherratt would have come to Toronto. And you wonder if some of these guys that signed with the Wings, Sherratt, Kane, you know, do they regret signing here knowing they haven't made the playoffs in a couple of years? Tarasenko, another one. From a championship with the Florida Panthers to the Ottawa Senators. Then he comes over to the Red Wings. Now the Senators are in and Detroit is not. Jennifer, hello, welcome back. Good to see you. Here comes Toronto, going to dump this one in, going around behind the net. Detroit trying to pick this one off. They do. They're going to play it to the middle of the ice. Nice little deke there by Lucas Raymond to bring it out. Toronto back at their own line. Domi over to Tavares. That was not a smart pass. Tavares going to play this one all the way back. Cool guy. How's it going? I'm sure they're happy with their contracts as well. You know, when you're making those many of millions, it's hard not to be happy. And that's, you know, I say about Marner. Marner wants 13 or 14 mil. If Toronto only gives him 11 or 12, when you're talking that much money, is $2 million really a big deal? Do you really want to not sign and go to a team that is rebuilding over $2 million? Robertson going to drop this one back off. Holmberg with one hand on the stick, going to play it back. Toronto trying to get something going. Long pass up to McMahon. That was way behind him. This should be an icing call, and it is. Luna, playoffs start on Saturday. Saturday. World Champions is coming up. Swedish Rob, what World Champions? It's gonna be pretty tough. We're gonna be going playoff heavy for the next 2 months, so I don't think we're gonna be getting many other streams in because we're going to be streaming just about every day. Off the draw, back to the line, stolen. Here comes McMahon. McMahon going to flip this one out. He's racing for it. Trying to pick this one up. McMahon can't get it. Jansen going to turn around, going to bring this one. No, he's going to turn back around. Hey, Dakota, welcome in. Nice to meet you. My name is Sam. Restaurants in Toronto must be getting reservations. Oh, yeah, it's going to be packed down here. Glendon, what's going on? Just stay healthy. That's right. 30 minutes for Holmberg and Yarncroc tonight. Oh, my goodness. Can you imagine? Yarncroc, he's on right now. Cycling around. Lawton going in on the corner. Giving it away to Lorentz. Lorentz driving side of the net. He jams it. Mrazek keeps it out. Yarncroc spinning around the other way. 30 minutes for Yarncroc. Side of the net with a chance, and he can't put that one in. Lorentz with a chance. Yarncroc going to steal it. Back to Riley. In the corner. Detroit must be disappointed. 100 years ago, they were Victoria Cougars. They won. Yeah, I love the history. Love the history. No, keep dropping it. It's great. Hey, Hills, what's going on? Lawton going to play this across. It's intercepted. The Wings must be a little frustrated. They really must be. You're a Detroit Red Wings fan. Nice. So, yeah, we were just saying, you know, it's been a while for these Red Wings. You know, they're getting some good talent here. It's just a matter of time. M. Shields, what's going on? Welcome in. Here's DeBrincat. DeBrincat coming in the corner. He gets forced off the puck. Nye's going to play this up to Marner. Marner going to turn around, create some space. Backhand pass to Matthews. He's going to knock it down. Hey, Steven, welcome in. This around. Matthews giving chase. Comes in front of the net. Marner to Nyes. He hits the goalpost. Are you kidding me? We thought that was in. I need a replay. Oh, my goodness. Matthew Nyes missed his 30th by a fraction of a hair. Oh, my goodness. Matthews to Marner to Nyes. And Nyes, I thought he put that in, but I guess he put it off the post. I want to see a replay. Guys in the truck, get that one set up. Tanev backing this one up. 12:53 to go here in period number 1. 0-0 is the score. This is going to be dumped in, just a couple of shots apiece. Nylander in the corner. He's going to take a little bit of a bump. Domi continuing to play up here on the second line. And I hope that continues for him, because that'll be great for Max. Spencer says, yeah, it was off the post. Finally, we get a stoppage in play here. Let's see. Let's fire it up. Let's see this replay. That was a gimme. When is game 2? So, Luna, they play Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday is going to be the Leafs schedule. So, Nyes, oh, my goodness. He had a wide open net. The net could not be any wider. It was just there. It was all open for him. Just missed it by that much. Peter, what's going on? Rolling with my homies. Riley back to pick this one up. No icing. 12-12 to go. Here comes Riley on his horse. He's going to get it up to Tavares. Tavares going to center this one. That's turned over. Picked up here by Tarasenko. Long lead pass. Detroit trying to turn the corner. Backhand on wall. Makes the stop, and the puck was trickling. He goes in the splits and rides that puck away from the net and in the corner. Oof. Chances at both ends. Riley up to Willie. Big Willie. Deacon left. Deacon right. He's going to spin around. Long pass across. Here's a blast from Carlo right on, and that's going to be held by little Petey Mrazek. P. Mrazek was a Toronto Maple Leaf way back when, and he was a disaster. They're going to go to commercial break. Remember, it was the horrible contract that they gave to Peter Mrazek, and Toronto pulled off a miracle at the draft a couple of years back when they traded him to Chicago. I could not believe that. And of course, now he finds his way here to Detroit. So lots of movement here. Now, I do want to say, and I'll make a post later tonight in the community section, because playoffs are starting, all points will be reset. So right now you have points, you're earning points by just chatting along and having fun with us. You can check your points at any time by doing !points, and then you use those points to redeem the various graphics that you get to bring up on screen. So all the points will be reset to 0, so everybody starts fresh. We only do this a couple times a year. We do it at the start of preseason, start of the regular season, start of playoffs, and start of summer. So we only do it a couple of times a year. Worst odds, but not impossible. Yeah, Dallas, the mashed potatoes were great. Oh, Swedish Rob, I'm glad. I'm really happy that you enjoyed them. Love mashed potatoes. Andre, how's it going? Welcome in. Do you know that with the late first round pick, they traded to get rid of Mrazek? They could have taken Lane Hudson. Blended. Seriously? Is that for real? Oh my goodness. Could you imagine? That would have been wow. That would have been wow. But you know what? I'll be honest with you. Had Toronto have done that, they probably would have ruined him. Toronto has not had a good history with some of this young talent coming up. Matthew Nyes is an exception because he's got size. You know, look at what's happening with Easton Cowan. You know, he's had struggles. So if Toronto would have had Hudson, they probably would have found a way of ruining him. You know, he a great player for Montreal. Montreal's bringing him in and raised him right. Ivan, how's it going? Welcome in. Thank you for hitting that follow. Hudson went early in the second round. They had him on the radar. That would have been incredible. This around Nick Robertson going to keep this one in the wing zone. We got 11 and a half minutes to go in this first period. No score. Holmberg here trying to work this one through. It's going to come out. Can't keep it going. Here's a long shot. The Red Wings putting it towards Wall. Wall's had to be sharp here early. The defense has not been stellar by any means. Side of the net, Mermis has it in his feet. He's going to play this up ice. Nick Robertson trying to pull this away from the Red Wing player. He can't. Finally, the Leafs going to get this one out. All the way down the ice, Ben Sherratt with it. He's going to curl around as the Red Wings changing up. DeBrincat, he's going to turn this one over. Nice job here by Scotty Lawton. Lawton is something I would like to see really grow. Would like to sleep. How's it going? Good evening. You know, we've been tough on Scott Lawton as he came in. We've been real tough on him. But it's nice to see he's been playing better, and this is his time. He's known to be the playoff heart and soul. We'll see if that is going to be the case. Can he be a difference maker in the physicality department? Liz, how's it going? Welcome in. Stars, can they beat the Avs? You know, Swedish Rob, I was all on the Stars, and I've started to change my mind. We'll talk about that coming up at intermission. Down in the corner, Yarncroc going to put this one in. It's going to go all the way down to the corner. Hey, Hayden, what's going on? Welcome in. Saying Dubas was about to trade Nyes to pick up a couple lower picks. Wes Clark said, no, we're taking Nyes. Smart pick, smart man. Nyes has been an absolute rock star. Here's Detroit, curling shot that's going to go wide. Back to the line. Wings setting it up in front. They're going to get this down to the corner, spinning away from a hit there. Trying to work this one through. Edvinsson playing it behind the net. Hey, Todd, how's it going? Back to the line, a long shot. That's going to be blocked by Nyes. Nyes is breaking. Marner's going to hit him with a pass. No, it hopped over his stick. Hops over Nyes' stick. He was racing. Oh, just an unlucky bounce. Another unlucky bounce there for Matthew Nyes. Top MG, what's going on? Welcome in. Welcome to the party. Oh, Nyes with the block shot. He breaks. He tries to go, and they just cannot get into him. Marner heads up play, swinging it over, and that's one where it's like a rock on the water, right? It's just kind of skipping, and it hops right over his stick. Back to Riley. Riley, he's going to play this one up. Leafs Nyes going to chip it down from the wrong side of center. That's going to be another icing call. And oh, Justin Hall is on the ice. Our predicted lineups were wrong. Justin Hall is here. Yeah, we got Justin Hall. Oh, my night is complete. I'm so excited. I wanted to see Haller, and we get him. Game 82, Justin Hall, going to be the difference maker. Justin Hall for Prime Minister. I want him in. Mega, who's Justin Hall? Here's a shot. Great save by Wall. Off the stick of Justin Hall. Justin Hall was probably one of the most blamed defensemen in Leafs history. Here's another shot. Great save. Let's just say every time Justin Hall made a good play, we had to take a drink. This coming around, Hall deking in. He's going to go backhand. Justin Hall showing flashes of greatness here on this shift for the Red Wings. And I use greatness very loosely. Best team man in Leafs history. There you go. If my dream team, if I could put together a dream fantasy team, I'd have Justin Hall and giveaway Gill. Todd Gill and Justin Hall as defensive pairing. Oh, that would be amazing. Typically fans. Yeah, oh, Justin Hall. He was awesome. It was for a good reason. Stevie White gave him $4 million. Right, blended. I think what happened is Yzerman was out on a bender one night, and he came in and he happened to have a message from Hall's agent, and he thought it was somebody else. Justin Hall answered the phone, and he goes, well, Tyler Mott? Okay, yeah, I'll give him $4 million. Oh my goodness. Hall will be on Legends Row. I mean, Blended, they should do on the opposite side. So you got Legends Row on one side in the front of the building. On the other side, they should have the Almost Legends Row. And on the Almost Legends roll, they should have the Justin Halls and the Todd Gills of the world. That would be awesome. The Almost Legends Row. What an honor it would be. It's kind of like how, I forget which beer company it was, but for all the goaltenders where Ovechkin had at least one shot but did not score, they sent them a collectible beer in a casing that said, you know, so many shots, no goals versus Ovechkin. And a lot of those goalies, like, you've never heard of before. They were like backups or guys that played one or two games. There were some big names on that list, but it was pretty funny. He thought he signed Hall & Oates at his wife's birthday party. There you go. That's right. That's right. Oh, so funny. Poor Justin Hall. Justin Hall. I hope he's a good sport. I hope he's got a good sense of humor. Oh, my goodness. Beverly, what's going on? Company just left. Felt bad sitting here. Welcome in, Beverly. Welcome in, Duke. Okay, here we go. Off the draw. Hall is not Legends Row worthy. Saying like it's Star Wars. That's awesome. Lisa, how's it going? Welcome in. Detroit with this puck. They're going to move this up. Jesse, how's it going? I'm doing great. Thank you so much. I'm so excited. Playoffs are almost here. 8:50, 8:40 to go here in this first period. Lawton going to bring this down. He's going to chip this one in. Rick, my Tesla just ran out of gas. Oh, so funny. God, I love hockey. Toronto in front. Lawton with a chance and a nice save here by Peter Mrazek. Also should be in the Almost Legends Row. Down around the corner. Domi with a nice little move. Although I think the Almost Legends Row would have to be much bigger than just a row. It would have to be like Almost Legends Lane. We know a lot about Swedish Rob. I know a bit. I just love it so much. Long pass. Here come the Red Wings. Wings going to put this up to the line. They're going to dump it in. Oh, some honey garlic. Give me a little barbecue wings. Here's Domi. Domi going to chip this to the line. Tavares going to help it out. Trying to hit Nylander at the red line. Nylander is just floating around there having a picnic at the red line, waiting for that pass. Going to come up to Domi. Domi had Nylander starting to break. Couldn't get him the puck. This back through the middle. Toronto intercepts. Going to play it all the way back in their own zone. Almost stolen in front. Rolled up on Wall. He's going to play it away with Casper right there on it. Domi up to Tavares. Here's Nylander. One man back to beat. Inside, outside. Nice little move. Trying to get in there. Nice move there as Nylander deking outsider. Just couldn't get the puck directed to the net. This coming around. Here's another long shot looking for the deflection. Tavares just missed. This coming back out. Don't eat peanuts. Did you know they're really bad for you? I didn't know that, John. I love peanuts. They're great. They're great. This. Oh, boy. I'm tired. I'd like to thank our partner channel, the Florida Park Explorers, who are going to be live later tonight over on Whatnot. If you don't know what Whatnot is, it's an online shopping platform. It is very cool. Florida Park Explorers are going to be live on Whatnot later tonight. Check them out. But I want to thank my partner channel, Dave the Bear Shark, for keeping me up way past my bedtime last night. Having some great conversations. We're a little tired. This off the draw, coming in, trying to get my late night hours in to get used to staying up for some of these late night games. Holmberg to the line. Here's a knuckle puck right in and a nice little save. Holmberg going to pick this one up again, curling in the corner. Holmberg cycling away. He's got Robertson. Can't get him the puck. Holmberg still working it in the corner. Cartoons, what's going on? Holmberg going to shovel this one in. Exactly, Cartoons. Still got this one going on. Cycling around. Hall going to play this one up. Chase goes on at the red line. Murmas going to turn it over. Big Mac attack. Bobby McMahon going to drop this one back. Long shot. Mrazek's going to steer that one in the corner. 6-6 the shots now. Down around behind, going for the wraparound. Holmberg shooting that, hits the skate. And Dylan Larkin taking exception, delivering a nice cross check there. Homer going to peel this one down, trying to keep this one in. Marner in there as well, and they get it to the line. Tanev going to break this one out. Nolan, how's it going? Welcome in. Raven, what's up? Nate, hello there. Welcome in. Nate, at this point, it doesn't even matter who wins tonight. I hope Toronto would win. They should win. Here's a long pass, deflecting it in, but this has been very sloppy hockey right now. Very sloppy hockey. Just down around in the corner. Toronto going to intercept again at the red line as it came out. Matthews to Nyes. He tries to go across to Marner in the middle. It's deflected up, but is going to be a souvenir to a fan in the third row. Another commercial break. Wow, that's like 3 in a row. 5:20 left to go. No score here in period number 1. No score. Adrian, how's it going? Welcome in. Oh, boy. Nice little pace here, back and forth. Not a whole lot going on. A couple of chances. Toronto up to 63.6% in the faceoff circle. Doing a nice job there. Real nice job there. 2-0 Wild just scored on Vegas. So it's the Wild. I didn't even realize. Wild and Vegas going tonight. There's a little preview matchup. Little preview of what we could see coming up very, very soon. Although I would be shocked, absolutely shocked, if Vegas does not win their first round matchup. But you never know what can happen. That's what we love about the playoffs. Anything can happen. Minnesota, you never know. You never know. 2-0 Wild. Boom. But the question is Vegas sitting anybody? You know, it would be interesting to some of these wild card teams to get hot and get them going. Knights are winning that series, to be honest. Knights in 5. BC says Knights in 5. You're probably not wrong. I think they will too. But I'm always a fan of the underdog. I'd love to see the underdog come out when it's not, one of my teams they're going to beat. I have no problem for Vegas to get eliminated in the first round. I'd have no problem at all with that. You want the Blues should get eliminated. You want Montreal to take out Washington? Yes, please. Would love to see that happen. Alexander, how's it going? Welcome in. Go Sens, go. John, it's going to be a banger. Just a couple more sleeps till the Battle of Ontario. It is going to be an absolute doozy. All right, coming back from commercial break, Mitch Marner, 3 assists and 4 goals in 3 games versus the Red Wings this season. Marner's been he's been playing really, really good hockey. Toronto won 2 out of the 3 meetings. They won the first one 3-1. They lost the second one 4-2, and then about a week later won the third one 5-2. So they should win this game. All in all, this Maple Leaf team, I give them a very high rating. I give them an A rating, and I'll tell you why a little bit later on. Off the draw around the Red Wings. Going to send this one up. Riley going to strip it away. Going to give it to Domi, to Tavares. Tavares, nifty move. He's going to cut in over to Nylander. Nylander, he's looking. Sending it to the line. Here's a blast. That's going to go just wide. Nylander picking up the loose puck. Riley cutting towards the net. Tried to hit him. Riley had pulled up, though. Pass going to be picked up here in the corner by Vladimir Tarasenko. He's going to send this up and down the ice. That's an icing call against the Red Wings. 4:45 to go. 4:45 to go. Oh, I'm so excited. There's so much that I want to say right now about the playoffs, and I'm trying so hard to hold it back because there's just so much to talk about. Rob says, Sens in 5, break up the Leafs. Mitch Marner to the Bruins. Rob, you really think the Sens are going to win it in 5? I would be floored. And Marner to the Bruins. That would be interesting. Oh, thank you, Paul. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Paul, we're going to be here all playoffs long. This down in the corner. We're on all platforms, on the YT, on the TW, on the TT. Why does everything have T's in it? This down in the corner being chipped around. Back to the line and out. Toronto going to race back to pick this one up. In the corner is Mermis. Can you turn it up a little bit? Let me know if they say anything interesting. 4 minutes to go. 4 minutes to go. Toronto going to play this off the boards. Little chip pass trying to get it out of their own zone. Holmberg going to back it up. He's going to turn around. Holmberg up the middle. Robertson to McMahon. Bobby Mack. He's going to bring this one in. Bobby driving. He's going to get squished along the boards. Quick shot. Mrazek going to knock that one down in his glove. Here come the wings. Flying down the ice. Trying to get around Benoit. He intercepts. Getting it back up to Holmberg. Holmberg going to carry this down into the corner. McMahon coming in as well. Over to McMahon behind the net. Off the boards, back to the line. Tanev steps into one. That gets blocked. Holmberg has it in his feet. He's trying to kick this one to McMahon. Now he's going to carry it around to the corner. Somebody get in front of the net for him, would you? Nicky Robertson going in the corner to help out. Robertson digging, Holmberg digging. Holmberg comes away with the puck. He's going to get pressed against the boards again. Robertson and McMahon now backing in there. McMahon, he's going to peel away. Puck is loose. Puck is loose. Red Wings holding it with their stick flush against the boards. Now they're going to move this one out. A long pass to the far side, and Justin Hall going to bring this one out of the zone, into the Leafs territory. Tanev trying to cut it off, tipping it to the line. It's going to roll out. 2:45 to go. 7 shots apiece. 7 shots. Paul, thank you so much for the follow. A little flip shot right up to Joseph Wall. Wall going to do one of those and toss it out. Matty Nyes is going to race this one down. He dumps it into the corner. Bill, how's it going? Good evening. I think the Habs are the most underrated. Caps are going to find it tough. I agree with you, Bill. I think Montreal is going to surprise them. This in the corner. Myers going to try and bring this one free. Long pass off a skate. Comes down. Riley gets it. He puts it back to the red line. Marner to Nyes. Nyes has it. Nyes to Matthews. Scores! Austin Matthews. A nice finishing touch to give the Leafs the lead and tuck it home. Marner, Nyes, Matthews, just like that. Holy smokes, great little play here. Marner with the backhand pass to Nyes in a tough pass by Nyes. He was toe dragging it in and a little flip over around Larkin's stick to Matthews and an easy little chip shot. As the goaltender was down and out, Matthews gets the goal. That's what they need to do. An absolute beauty, and that's going to be Marner's. I assume he's going to get the second assist on it. It's going to be his 101st point. So Marner continuing to excel. Here's Detroit with a shot. That's going to go up and out of bounds. 33 goals now for Matthews. Nyes and Marner pick up the assists. Great passing. Love to see these guys connecting. 401. That's right. Alex Ovechkin, you better have your head on a swivel because number 34 is coming to get ya. 401 goals. He's closing in. He's closing in. Will he stay healthy long enough to do it? That is the question. There it is, dropping that samwelb goal horn in there. Love it. We got a new one too. New Pickle Man redeem in there. Cycling around, down around. Detroit with this. He's going to curl in front of the net. I think it's only 101. I thought he got a goal on that last, or an assist on the last goal the other day. No, he had the last goal. He had the last goal, which is 100. So this will be his. No, he didn't. Did he? I don't remember. I'll check. Laurie, how's it going? Welcome in. This down in the corner, trying to feed this one out. Detroit with a quick shot. Wall with a nice save. Joey Wall. Here's Lorentz going to center this one, and it's dumped in the corner. Just about 1 minute to go here in this period. Let's go. 2, 1. This down around in the corner. Toronto going to chip this around. Not a lot of shots coming in. 10-8 in favor of Detroit. Pass across. Mermis can't pick it up. Going to come to the middle. And here comes Hall again. Hall going to bring it in. Dropping it off for Watson. The long shot gets blocked. It's down in the slot. And Detroit scores. Wow. Austin Watson. Holy smokes. He thinks he's Austin Matthews. Austin Watson just finds his way through, and I believe our boy Justin Hall is going to pick up an assist on this one. Haller carries it in, gives it to Watson. Oh, the shot was blocked, and it was sitting in the feet of Mermis. Watson picks it up, and he just takes this one to the house. A little backhand over the shoulder of Wall. I don't think Wall picked it up right away, and we are tied 1-1. Yikes. Ron, what's going on? Welcome in. Got some, yes, Ron, we got a bunch right here. We're going to be opening some more coming up in just a moment. This is going to be flipped down. Wall is going to hang on to this. Not a good looking goal there, but Austin Watson, channeling his inner Austin Matthews, puts it in. So we got Matthews, his 33rd from Nyes and Marner. Marner's 74th assist, by the way. And Austin Watson, his 3rd from Justin Hall. If you're just joining us, welcome in. Make sure you smash that thumbs up for us. Hit that like button or tap that screen, depending on where you're watching. And of course, make sure you're following or subscribed. We're going to be here almost every night during the playoffs. So we got you covered for all kinds of games. Here come the Wings again. 14 seconds to go. They're going to drive this one towards the net. That's going to go wide into the corner, far side. Wings there to pick this one up again. Gobbling up the loose puck. Kane tries to center it. That's going to go wide. Edmondson going to pick it up. Cycling in the corner. 1 second left. Shot right on. Wall is down. It's deflected in the corner. And period number 1 does come to an end. 1-1. Let's go break it all down. We got lots to discuss. All right, as we slide over here to the intermission screen, we're going to just rearrange some of the stats. Austin Matthews opens up the scoring, and Austin Watson ties it up. 13 shots for the Red Wings, only 8 for the Toronto Maple Leafs. 7 hits for the Leafs, only 3 for the Wings. 12 faceoffs to 6. Toronto continuing to do a nice job there. No power plays in the first period. 8-7 the giveaways. Toronto with the 8. 5-4 the blocked shots. Wayne, how's it going? Welcome in. All right, let's go through this. I wonder, can I share this? Would it just be easier to share? Maybe it would be. All right, give me a moment. I'm going to put you guys on preview mode. Let me see if I can bring this in here real quickly without breaking things. We want to go here. And, ooh, this is going to be a little ugly because the screen is really big, but that's okay. We can work with this. We can work with it because that's what we do, right? All right, we're going to start here. Boom, just like that. Okay, let's bring it up. Here we go. We're gonna run through the matchups. I'm going to give you kind of my thoughts on some of this stuff going on. Will it scroll? If I scroll it, it will. All right, so we're going to start up here with the Winnipeg Jets and the St. Louis Blues. Of course, that's the game that is starting off the playoffs Saturday night, which you know where to find us. We'll be here. We'll have you covered for that one. I think this easily goes to the Winnipeg Jets. I think Winnipeg is going to take this one in probably 5 games. The Blues are playing good hockey, but with Hellebuck in net, I think Winnipeg takes this one in 5. The next game also on Saturday night is going to be the Dallas Stars and the Colorado Avalanche. This one is going to be a gangbuster. This one is going to be wild. Now, for the longest time, I thought Dallas has this. The Stars have been red hot. But with Ladislav rejoining Colorado, and Colorado is looking real good and real tough, I got to tell you, my mind has shifted a lot on this matchup. I think this is going to be 6 games. I think it's Colorado to take it. If it went 7, I wouldn't be shocked. So I think it's going 6 or 7 games. Colorado is going to take that one. So that's going to lead us to a Colorado-St. Louis matchup in round number, or Colorado-Winnipeg matchup in round number 2. Before we go over to the East, let's go to the bottom here to the West. Vegas and Minnesota. Again, I think Vegas is going to steamroll Minnesota. Again, I'm thinking this is a 5 or 6 game series. And when it comes to Edmonton and LA, I have mixed opinions on this, mixed thoughts. I want Edmonton to win. I really do. As a Canadian team, I want them to win. But with Stuart Skinner being as unpredictable as he can be, and with the loss of Ekholm on defense, I'm really torn. I don't know if Edmonton has enough to fend off the LA Kings. We saw how vicious that last game was between them. So I probably would say LA is going to take this in 7 games. However, because I want the Canadian team to go on, even though it goes against my gut, I'm saying right here, Edmonton is going to take it. So we're going to have an Edmonton Vegas second round matchup. Now, between those two, Edmonton and Vegas, again, for the same reasons why I don't think they're going to get past LA, I think Vegas is going to take it and go to the Western Final. And I think they're going to be in there against, I think it's going to be the Winnipeg Jets. I think Winnipeg in Colorado is going to be a crazy series, but it's going to come down to goaltenders. I think Winnipeg has the better goaltender. So we're going to see a Winnipeg Vegas Western Conference Final. And I have the Winnipeg Jets taking down Vegas, the Jets going to the Stanley Cup Final. So I have the Jets taking it there on the West. Now, of course, anything can change. This is just kind of gut instinct. Excuse me. Now, on the flip side, if we start at the bottom, Carolina, New Jersey Devils. Again, Carolina probably will win this, but I'm going with the underdog here. I like what the Devils have been doing. I really, really do. I do not want to see Sheldon Keefe move forward, but I have this gut feeling. I just have this instinctual feeling that as much as Carolina should win this, I think the Devils are going to win it in 6. So I'm going New Jersey in 6. Part of it is also to go against the crowd. When it comes to Washington and Montreal, I really do think this is going 7 games, and I'm taking Montreal for the upset. Montreal for the upset over Washington. So it's going to be a Montreal, New Jersey second round matchup in which Montreal is going to win and go to the Eastern Conference Final. Now, if I'm wrong and Washington wins, Washington is going to beat either Carolina or New Jersey. Washington is going to the final. But in my picks, I'm taking Montreal. When it comes to our division here, Tampa Bay and Florida, you know I'm taking Florida. Tampa Bay has been playing well lately. Florida has not. However, Ekblad is going to miss. I think he misses 1 playoff game or 2, and then he returns. Matthew Tkachuk is going to be back and healthy. Florida is going to be absolutely rolling. I think they've been playing a little bit of possum. I'm taking Florida again in 6 games, possibly 7, to move on. So Florida going to round 2. And I'm taking Toronto over Ottawa in 6. Toronto in 6, so that means Toronto and Florida, they're going to play round 2. And this time, Toronto is going to get their revenge. Toronto, with the help of a bunch of ex-Panthers in Ekman Larson, in Stolarz, in Lorentz, they are going to beat Florida in another 6-game series to go to the Eastern Final. We're going to have Toronto versus Montreal in the East Final. The winner takes on the Winnipeg Jets. That's right. I am predicting an all-Canadian Stanley Cup Final, and it's going to be Toronto upsetting, not really upsetting for some. I think Toronto will beat Montreal to go to the final. It's going to be Toronto and Winnipeg for the Stanley Cup. I'm calling it now. I'm saying it out loud. A lot of people disagree. A lot of people think I'm off my rocker. But I think that's what it's going to be. An all-Canadian Stanley Cup final. And to be honest with you, if Toronto lost to Montreal, as much as I would hate to lose to Montreal, I would still be okay as long as that Canadian team gets going. No chance, Mega. No chance. I'll tell you what. The Edmonton Oilers have far more chance of being swept by the Kings than the Leafs do by the Senators. Nice wish, but Bettman will never allow it. Scott, Scott, they'll see Winnipeg is waiting. Winnipeg is leading, all Canadian Eastern Conference final. Gary Bettman calls it off. He comes up with some reason why the finals must be halted. It would be insane. Now, Mega, I'm not saying they will be. I'm just saying there's a greater chance of that happening than Toronto being swept by Ottawa. Wayne, I really think it's going to happen. I really do. Montreal, and if you would have asked me this 2 weeks ago, I would have said no chance. I would have said Montreal has zero chance. I really would have. But we've done now, 4 Montreal games just by fluke. We did the last two games. They're clinching games. Demidov's debut. We did the game against Toronto. So 3 of their last 4 games, and they look amazing. Montreal looks scary good right now. Devin, Avs taking the cup. Devin, that's a very popular opinion that's out there right now. A very popular opinion, the Avs taking it. I think the Avalanche downfall is going to be their goaltending. Now, something to be said about having a mediocre goaltender and having one of the best defensemen in the game today in Makar. Does that offset a little bit? Sure it does. But there's going to be a lot of shots coming the Avs' way, and they're going to have a tough time. Now, one of the reasons why I'm so big on swinging from Dallas to Colorado is the news that Jason Robertson is not going to be good to go. So Jason Robertson is going to have some issues. So Dallas is down one of their big guns. That is going to severely impact this team. So that is another one of the reasons that kind of made me want to go with Colorado over Dallas in that first round. Mark, how's it going? Nobody likes the Hurricanes to win the cup. I just don't like the Hurricanes in general. Forget about even to win the cup. I wouldn't take the Carolina Hurricanes, in a rollerblade hockey match against a AAA team. No, I'm not a Winnipeg. I don't know why. I don't know what it is, to be honest with you. You know what it is? I know exactly what it is, and it has nothing to do with the players on this team. I'll tell you why. No stranger to danger. What's going on? Welcome in. I'll tell you why I don't like the Winnipeg Jets. So I used to be in a playoff hockey pool. I mean, what did I say? Jets. No, Carolina Hurricanes. Sam, have another. Why I don't like the Carolina Hurricanes. I used to be in a hockey pool every single year. Every year. And one year, we had a really good team. A real good team. We were doing really well. We were picking up a lot of points. We were in the top. Now, one of the guys in our pool took a bunch of Carolina Hurricanes in the later rounds. His 10th pick, his last pick in the draft, was Bates Battaglia. Bates Battaglia. Do you remember Bates Battaglia? Bates Battaglia, who actually, I think he did a stint with the Marlies when his NHL career was falling apart. And so what happened in this year when the Carolina Hurricanes went on a run to win the Stanley Cup because Bates Battaglia had like 4 or 5 overtime winners? And in our playoff pool, if you score an overtime goal, it's worth 5 points. So this guy came out of nowhere, riding the back of his 10th round pick in Bates Battaglia to push us out of top spot, and he wins the hockey pool. And Carolina wins the Stanley Cup because of Bates Battaglia. That's why I don't like the Carolina Hurricanes. Bates Battaglia, you're in my nightmares. What's that? That's why I don't like Eggplant. That's right, I don't like Eggplant. Do you guys remember the old NES, the old Nintendo Entertainment System game, Kid Icarus? Remember Kid Icarus? And how eggplants were the bad guys? Eggplants were evil? Well, that scarred me in my childhood, and now I will not eat eggplants. Because Kid Icarus on the Nintendo Entertainment System did not entertain me. It gave me nightmares. All right. Anyways, good times. That's why we love hockey. Swedish Rob is going Stars all the way. He's taking it no matter what. Sharks or Blackhawks will win the cup, Peter says. In 2045, Peter. 2045. Is Kachuk good? Wayne, Brady or Matthew? No, yes. Brady is a good hockey player. Brady has the same numbers or around the same numbers as Matthew Nyes, right? He has about the same numbers as Matthew Nyes. Brady Tkachuk, though, is a fierce leader. He is a serious power forward. He will hit. He will fight. He's grimy. He will lead that team. Prep, what's going on? Welcome in. Wasn't Battaglia a snowboarder? There was. I don't think that was a. Yes, it was. Was it Battaglia also? I think you are correct, but I forget the first name. Different guy. Didn't he win a gold medal for Canada in snowboarding? But I can't remember. I can't remember his first name. Road Warrior, what's going on? Welcome in. Considering the injuries. Injuries will play Ralph Batet. Was it really Ralph? Was it real? I never would have guessed that was the guy who won the Olympic medal was Ralph Battaglia. I wonder if they're related. Oh my goodness. But yeah. No, different name. All right. Our statistician is checking it. Who's Ross Rabagliati. Ross Rabagliati. That was the snowboarder who was a little woo. That was our gold medalist, Ross Ribliati. There you go. Thank you for that. Oh my goodness. Oh, that was funny. You guys make me laugh so much. I can't believe we've made it 82 games and most of you are still sane. I've lost my marbles long times ago. Long times ago? Oh my gosh. Hey, it's only the first intermission. We got a couple more hours to go. Catcher, how's it going? Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Don, how's it going? Cal, what's up? Winnipeg Jets all the way. Cal knows what's up. Cal knows what's up. Jets are going to take it. Welcome in, everybody. Again, thanks for joining us. Leaf fans weeping. Not yet, Rob. Not weeping yet. We will be soon, but not yet. But you know what? I don't even think this year, regardless what happens, this is going to be a fun series. This is something we've wanted for a long time. Toronto and Ottawa, the 21 years to get back to this point. 21 years ago, Travis Green was a Maple Leaf fighting through the Ottawa Senators trying to get in here. I mean, so much is going on. There's so many stories. It's just going to be great. Just uncommon names. There you go. I root for the Maple Leafs. They are in. Catcher, they are in. Maple Leafs, their first playoff game is going to be Saturday. Saturday night. We're going to be here for it. They play Saturday, Tuesday. No. Oh my gosh, Sam. Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Those are the first games for the Maple Leafs. We are going to be scheduling all of the games tomorrow. So if you like tomorrow afternoon, evening, if you look on the channel, you'll see a bunch of scheduled streams for over the next 2 weeks as we're going to try and at least get the first 4 games in a bunch of series scheduled. And then as we start getting into game 5, 6, and 7, we'll have to see what those schedules are because right now they're all TBDs. Can you put the goal assist stats up for this game? Wayne, I have a different ticker on the other screen, so I can't for this game, but I will for the playoffs. We will have that for sure. What I'm trying to find, and if anybody out there is really good with technology and building APIs or RSS feeds, I'm trying to be able to find a proper ticker so I don't have to manually type everything in. So if anybody out there knows a good ticker, a good program or something to use, please do reach out to me. I'm always looking to make automated improvements so I don't have to do things manually. Okay, all right, let's go. The more Canadian teams in, the better. Exactly. Alpaca, what's going on? Welcome in. Go Leafs, go. Hang in there. It's almost the week. That's right, Lori. It is almost the weekend. Dave, what's up? I am gravy, my friend. I am all gravy. All right, time to get ready for period number 2. Austin Matthews scores a goal for Toronto. Austin Watson scores a goal for the Red Wings. We are queued up, ready. Let's switch it over. There we go. We slide on in. Period number 2 is just about to get going. And then we're going to see, will they widen and extend this game? Will they put a couple more on the board, or are the Wings going to close it out with the win? Golf Leafs golf. You know what, Mark? It's funny. It's not Maple Leaf related, but years ago I was at a club and we were getting ready to tee off, and the group in front of us had these huge guys with us, and it turns out they were a couple Toronto Blue Jay players. It was who was it? Do you remember who I took? Who was it? I can't remember either. But there were a couple Blue Jays who teed off in front of us, and they hit the ball a mile, and then they let us go in front of them and play because they knew they were going to be super fast. They were super, super nice. It was Alex Gonzalez, and I forget the other guy. There was another one. Long pass up. Here comes the Red Wings, starting this period with the puck. Going to move this in, bringing it in the Leaf zone. Trying to get this one going. Oh, John, I don't think they're going to sweep the Leafs. I don't think so. Antonio, how's it going? Welcome in. That's going to be an icing call. Ooh, Ted Perota working his final Leaf game for TSN as a cameraman. Congratulations on a great career in broadcasting. Oh, the old pictures with the CHCH Channel 11 logo. Love that. Second period. That's right, Jay. Oh, I forgot about the packs. We got so wrapped up talking about playoffs, we forgot about the cards. Let's open some hockey cards while we're calling this one. Gosh, I'm all over the place tonight. What a disaster. Well, welcome in and thank you for hanging out with us. Back to the line. Tavares has it taken away. Dylan Larkin going to pick this one up. Larkin putting it across, shooting. Great save there by Joseph Wall. Alpaca from Hungary. Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us. Thanks for coming in. What time is it out in Hungary right now? This around the corner. Nylander to Tavares. Tavares spinning around, trying to bring this one in. Down at the side, Detroit going to take it away. We got Jason Robertson. He's out with injury. Wall going to shovel this one over to the side. Darren Nurse by the books. Darren Nurse. Here comes Nylander trying to bust out. He cannot do it. In a Zach Werenski base. Down around behind the net. Long pass misses Tavares. Wing's going to keep it in with a shot. Hits the glove of Wall. This is going to go into the corner. Murmis in here after it. Going to play it ahead. Nope. Knocked right back down. Carlo going to bring this one around the net. Trying to move this one up. Leaves it for Domi. Domi. He's going to send this across. In Toronto, giving the puck away again. Justin Hall going to intercept, and he's going to put this one in. Toronto going to try again, bringing this one around. Far side. Jonathan, you were in Hungary? I didn't know that. He-Man's dad, what's going on? What I love is that we have a Canadian team in the second round, even if it may be the Senators. That's a good call, He-Man's dad, absolutely. Oh, and here's a goal by the Red Wings. And it's my hero. It's my hero. I didn't even see this go in. Where is it? Where is it? Justin Hall is going to get the goal. Justin Hall shoots from the point. Austin Matthews, as he's cutting across the middle, completely screens Joseph Wall. And Justin Hall beats Joseph Wall. Detroit going up 2-1. Oh, I'm so happy. We got a Justin Hall goal. You know how rare that is? History in the making. Justin Hall, his second of the year. His first goal was on November 29th. So a month into the season, he had his first. And here in game number 82, he has his last. That's going to be a whistle. Justin Hall puts the Red Wings up 2-1. Go Habs, go. Habs are going to be good. Habs are going to be good. 2-1. 2-1 now with the Wings putting this one in. Wait a second. Why haven't they put it on the board yet? We got Nathan McKinnon pull the big dog here. There it is. Oh, boy. Luke Schenn as a Maple Leaf. Luke Schenn. There, what a beauty. Little Luke Schenn action. And Irene Frankel from the PWHL. All right, we'll open the rest a little later in the period. 2-1 Detroit. Now it's on the board. This coming back around the other way. Right down, Wall is going to play this one around behind the net. Up to the line. I think Wall is sleeping. Scott, I think he was sleeping too. He kind of just put the glove up and totally missed that one. But it's a Justin Hall goal. It's worth it. It's worth it. Riley going to send this one around. Robertson, he gives it away. Here's a shot, and again, Wall misses it with his glove. This is something he actually struggled with a lot last year on his glove side. He was able to knock pucks down, wasn't able to catch them, and gave up real big rebounds. This going to back this one up. Yeah, Alexander, he failed to catch all right. He failed to catch. Onyx says, need my Timmy Tims. Have you tried the strawberry watermelon quencher? It's not bad. I've tried the sparkling one and the frozen one. It's not bad. This around in the corner. Picked up by Lorentz. Lorentz going to play this one over to Yarncroc. Yarncroc making his way down low, cycling it around behind the net. Picked up Lawton trying to fish this one out, trying to kick it free. This is going to come to Hall again. He's going to get up to Larkin. Larkin, his backhand pass for Tarasenko goes high all the way down the ice. Ref's going to wave it off. No icing call. Here comes Toronto, carrying it up to the red line. Going to dump this one in, and they're going to go exchange players, get some fresh legs out on the ice. Detroit setting it up behind the net. 2-1, the Red Wings lead. Detroit Red Wings exploded for shots with 13 in that first period. They got 4 here in the second. Toronto does not have a shot on net so far here in the first 4.5 minutes of this second period. I grew up a goalie and always found glove saves to be the easiest to do. It's like catching the ball in the glove. Way easier to kick it out your leg. That's true, Onyx. It is. Unless you don't have the strength, the finger strength to open and close that glove. You know, when the gloves, if they get older, they kind of get locked. That leather locks with a closed taco. Makes it very difficult. Tavares to Willie. Nylander, he's going to struggle to give this one across. He does to Domi. Domi to Tavares. He can't control. Tips it in the corner. Peter, if Wall gets a hattie tonight, and we're getting a penalty coming up here. Hang on a second. It's too sweet. Oh, it is. I think it's okay. I stopped in Route 41 this morning. Tim's small breakfast, egg muffin, potato, coffee, $13. Yikes. John Tavares is going to go to the box. So John Tavares again with the hold. He's going to go to the box here. Not good. I'll tell you what. If Justin Hall gets a hat trick, tonight, we're giving a $50 gift card away. If Justin Hall gets a hat trick tonight, I'm giving a $50 gift card away. There you go. I'm that confident that will not happen. Off the draw that's coming around. Watch him do it now. Back around. Toronto got to kill a penalty here. Detroit has been very good on the power play. Here come the Wings. Going to work this one up. I wouldn't go that far, Mark. There's still a slight possibility. I'll do Ron whatever gift card the winner would like. You want a Timmy's card? You want an Amazon card? You want a Aritzia card? Whatever you want, we'll get you. Back to the. I don't know why I said that. Here's a shot. Oh, they scored again. Oh my gosh. Detroit, what's the matter? Colonel Sanders, chicken. Amazing. Power play goal here by the Red Wings. A new car. No stranger wants that new car so bad. Sider putting it across. Here's a blast by DeBrincat and just beats Wall. Great shot. Really good shot from the top of the face-off circle. Right on through. Wow. Yikes. Yikes. That is not what we want to see. So Detroit now all of a sudden opens up a 2-goal lead here. Ben, thank you for the follow. Triple X. I don't think so. I don't think so. No, Dan, it was DeBrincat from Cider. Could you, if that was Hall, I would have been like, oh, I'm not feeling good. I gotta go. Nope, that Justin Hall hat trick, $50 gift card. It's out there. Here they come. Stealing it away from is Matthews. Matthews turning around, down on one knee, trying to give it up to Nyes. Nyes going to play this one back. They're going to bring this down. Toronto's with one shot so far in this period. In over the line is Riley. Riley, he's going to throw it towards the net. That's going to go wide and come all the way down and all the way back out. Wow. Can see up there on the far side how much time each guy has been on the ice and what their lines are. 9:14 for Riley so far here in this game. 13 minutes to go. Down around Cider, going to play it around. Picked up, trying to get it through. Broken up there by Domi. Domi with a nice move. Try to play it to Tavares. It's taken away. Here comes Sherratt. You know, that's one thing I do not want to see. Quick shot and a nice save. Dallas, what's going on? I do not want to see those sloppy penalties, those sloppy holding calls in the playoffs. That is something Tavares has done far too much. When he gets beat in the corner, and we talked, I forget who said it earlier, about Tavares being a little weak on those puck battles. When he loses those puck battles, he always takes that one hand and kind of grabs the arm, and he gets nabbed all the time. Put Stolarz in. Mika wants Stolarz. Get Stolarz in there. The Leafs are getting pucks deep and on net. Anthony, they are not. That's what they need to do. They only have one shot here in this second period. They had 8 shots in the first. They are not getting the puck on net. Kirk, how's it going? That's right, just a couple more sleeps. We will be kicking it off on Saturday. We're going to get everything scheduled tomorrow. So if you visit our main channel page tomorrow, you'll see kind of what we're doing for the first week or two. At least we're going to try and get it all done tomorrow. Let's open a pack of Timmy's hockey cards and see, are we going to get something good? Are we going to read the cards and see? All right, here we go. This is a good sign. Mitchie Marner, we got a Leaf. Mitchie Marner, that's a good sign. Oh, another Maple Leaf. William Nylander, take a bow. 2 for 2 for Toronto. Number 3, let's go. Who's it going to be? John Tavares, are you kidding me? 3 Leafs in 1 pack. I've never had that from Tim Hortons before. 3 Leafs. We got Marner, Nylander, Tavares. So that means the next goal that's coming up is going to be scored by one of these 3, assisted by the other 2. The next goal is going to be points from Tavares, Marner, and Nylander. The cards have spoken. The cards have spoken. I've never had that. 3 Leafs in a pack. That's the sign. Onyx. Oh, and Lucas Raymond has left. Lucas Raymond has left the game with a banged up shoulder. You hate to see anybody kind of get knocked up here or knocked around here in the last game of the season. Simon, how's it going? Welcome in. Go Habs, go. Happy we make the playoffs. Yes, indeed. What a finish it was, Simon. Off the draws. How old are those cards? Tavares isn't the captain anymore. Yeah, usually they're so delayed in printing them. That often happens where you get the portrait on them. These are brand new. These are the brand new cards. Just came out from Tim Hortons. Like a couple days ago. They came out this week. How much do you weigh? Oh, John, I weigh more than I should. The Leafs aren't really putting much effort because they don't want to end up getting last-minute injury. That's a fair comment. This game means nothing, really. It means nothing. 3-1 Detroit. 19 shots for the Wings. 10 for Toronto. This coming around. Here it comes. Walking out of the corner. Pontus Holmberg. Listen, if Holmberg to Robertson scores, that's okay too. Sens blow a 3-0 lead against the Canes. Wow. Now it's 5-3. Kasper going through. And Tanev gets taken down. This is an interesting call. So Kasper, who had the puck, fought off Tanev. Tanev went down, and Kasper's going to go to the box. I thought Tanev was getting the call. So Toronto going to go to the power play. Here we go. Mitch, Willie, Tavares, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you know me. Let's do it up. I had my own hat when Matthew scored. As soon as he took it off, it became 3-1. That's funny. That's right. Came out on the 14th. There you go. All right, let's go. Power play here. Power play. Let's do it up. Island, thank you so much for the rose. Appreciate it. Thank you very, very, very much. And thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate the gifts. Here we go. Matthews putting in the middle of the ice. Here's a shot. Hit by somebody. Tavares blocked it unintentionally. And Toronto, a tripping call. What? Tavares going back to the box. Oh. To me, this is a makeup call for a mistake call the last time around. So Tavares had the...
Yeah, I mean, you get your stick caught between someone's legs as they're crossing over. That's got to be a trip.
So, yeah, this is technically a trip, but this is a weak call. Tavares was turning, he had his stick down. The Detroit player was stepping to do a crossover and happened to step over Tavares' stick and get tripped up. I don't think this is a proper tripping call. This is incidental play. This is two guys cutting the same way. Bad call. 4-on-4, 1:46 to go. I guess the cards were wrong. Tavares not going to factor into a goal for the next minute and 40 seconds. Or at least 2 minutes. What league is this? Nobody getting... Rick. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you. Welcome in. Good to see you back. Here come the Wings up the middle. Detroit on the move. Larkin spinning around. He's going to pass this one into the middle. Trying to come up. Poked off his stick. Back over. Wings Larkin again. Here's a shot off the crossbar. Wall got a piece. I think it hit Wall, hit crossbar, and went up and out of play. He has taken a lot of really bad penalties, Wayne. A lot. Now that one, I don't blame him for that one. I think that's just a bad call. Just a bad call. But hey, you got to stay out of the box. That's a must. You know, welcome in. Thanks for being here, hanging out with us, having some laughs, having a good time. Last game of the season, game number 82. Hey, Bradley, welcome in. Off the draw, back to the line. Wings going to throw this towards the net. Blocked down in the corner. Matthews going to pick this one up. Marner, Tanev going to help it out. Up to Benoit. Benoit going to leave it at center ice. Wings going to play it back around. Which channel I don't have. Oh, Matthew, you know, Facebook is completely free. Our pages are completely free to hang out and have some fun. You can follow us here on YouTube for free, on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok. It's all for free. No money needed unless you wanted to join as a member or do, you know, donations, but none of that is required. It is all free. And unlike other channels here, we read most of your comments. The chat moves really fast sometimes, but it's not pay to play here. Some other channels, you have to super chat in order to get them to acknowledge you. We don't believe in that here. We appreciate it, and it helps us pay our bills, but we try and include everybody. Here come the Wings up over the red line, back in, driving through, cutting through the middle. Nice moves here by DeBrincat. Going to drop it off, getting it back, trying to go up over the shoulder. That's knocked down. 4-on-4 is over. The Wings have a power play for 5 seconds. Bringing this one in, Casper. Trying to set it up. Power play is now expired. Tavares comes out of the box. Holmberg to Tanev. Tanev has it taken away. Here in the corner, Tarasenko, he's going to throw this. It hops over the net. Tavares in there. He's going to grab it and back this one up to Tanev. Why so many rumors about Marner? Rick, he's just the guy Toronto fans love to talk about. Just the guy Toronto fans love to talk about. Something about a subscriber star, which is $129 a month. So, Matthew, that's only if you wanted to add extra. That is not required at all. If you go to our Facebook page and just hit the follow button, that is completely free. This coming around, picked up here, Nick Robertson. Oh, what a 360 spin move. Sending around to Holmberg. That one goes wide. This one down in the corner. Trying to come through. Nah, good night. You can't really weigh in on this game at all because they're not playing a hard-hitting physical you know, fast-moving game. This one, they're kind of going through the paces. Here's Riley bringing it up, chipping this one in. Yarncroc chasing down, trying to work around Janssen, can't do it. Red Wings again, going to spin around. Here they come. DHL Arcade is crazy. It sure is. Toronto back with it, setting it up, taking a look. Here we go. Carlo working it up. I'm excited to see what Carlo brings in this playoff season. Big guy, good hands, hard shoulder. He's going to hit a lot. Nylander, a little stick lift from behind. Can't take it away. Wings putting it deep in the Leafs zone again. Toronto still only has one shot in this period. 8 minutes left to go in period number 2. Leafs with only one shot. 9 total shots in the game. Wings are now up to 21. Bringing this one around. Women's World Hockey Team Canada 9, Japan 1. There you go, Dallas. Lawton at 86 miles an hour going to put it over the net. And that's going to go up and at a play. And they're going to commercial break, which means we're going to crack open another pack. Anything interesting going on? No? All right, let's go. All right, Beverly has to answer the phone. Everybody scream. Let's scream at Beverly. Hi, Beverly, 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 Beverly. That's like when you go to get the door and everyone starts making noise in your house. Oh, Island coming in with all the gifts. Thank you so much, Island. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm sorry I missed it pop up on the screen, but I see it in my corner of my eye there. But thank you. I really do appreciate that. All right, let's see. What do we get here in this next pack? Will this one do better? Oh, Alexander Barkov. We pick up Barkey. Whoop, come on. There it is. Alexander Barkov, captain of the Florida Panthers. Kevin Fiala. Kevin Fiala going to be in it. He is such a good. He's on the Kings now. He can score in bunches. Really like Kevin Fiala. And another Nashville Predator, Philippe Forsberg. Philippe Forsberg. Nashville, one of the big disappointments of the season. Thank you for the game. I'm in Portugal and can't watch. Oh, well, my pleasure. It's my absolute pleasure. I said we're going to be here almost every day come playoffs. And we're going to be here a lot. So whether you're a Leaf fan, a Montreal fan, whichever team you're cheering for, we're going to be covering everybody. So thank you. And again, I really do appreciate that. All right, they're coming back from commercial break. I'll bet all this monitoring must be hard on the eyes. All right, let's go. Let's bring it back. Bring it back. Bring it back. Redeem the Pickle Man. Lucas, one word. One word. If you just do pickle, it brings up that pickle. But if you put them together and do Pickle Man, it'll bring up the Sam version. Not Pittsburgh, because they're playing golf. That's right, Matthew. Pittsburgh is playing some golf. Oh, you're from Toronto. Nice. So you're from Toronto and you decided to move out to Portugal, or are you just out there on holiday? There it is. Here's a quick shot right on. That's going to be steered to the side. Benoit at 83 miles an hour. Going to drive this one down. You're living there now. Awesome. I've never been myself. I've had some friends that have gone, and they said it's absolutely beautiful. Tanev going to take this one away. He's going to back behind. 50-50. What is $453,000? The 50-50 for the Maple Leafs? Wow. Do you think the Maritime will ever... Matthew, I hope so. They're so deserving. So deserving. Would love to see it. Here's another shot. That's going to get knocked down. The question is where in the Maritimes would be the best place. Here come the Wings trying to bring this one up. Chris Pronger. There's a blast from the past. Here are the Red Wings. Another shot and wall. Going to make the save and hang on to it. Yeah. So the Maple Leaf 50-50 is $454,952. When is the draw? The draw is tonight. Yeah, go ahead. Why not? The 50-50, if you go, what is it, mapleleafs.com, if you go to the Toronto Maple Leaf website, the 50-50, $454,000. Wow. That's pretty amazing. Jaden says, let's go Red Wings. Off the draw, this is going to come back around. Mark, funny you say that. I actually know somebody who lives there. This is going to come around. This is going to be chipped down, shot in, or at least they used to. I don't know if they're still there. Here come the Red Wings. Red Wings on the move. Long pass up, and I actually thought it was a lie the first time I heard that. In the corner, Yarncroke. He's going to flip it to the line. Leafs can't get it out. Going to be kept in. Sherratt playing this one in the far side. Medicine Hat and PA playing soon. This coming down the ice. Red Wings going to play it all the way back around. Taking a look. Here they come. If we win that 50-50, we'll have lots of giveaways coming up. I don't know. How much do they cost? Here's Marner going to play this one up. Toronto coming in. Matthews dropping it for Nyes. That shot gets blocked. Matthews gets taken down hard. Interference coming up here to the Red Wings. There goes Wall, leaves the net. Matthews got taken down hard. Matthews turning around, going to bring this one into the zone. Little drop pass. Carlo at the point. He's going to give it over to Nylander. Willie down low. Toronto bringing it around behind the net. And there's another takedown. There should be another penalty. As Nylander gets taken down. So they're going to go to commercial break again, which means another one. All right, hang on. No, I don't want to spend that much. Are you crazy? No. Okay, that's fine. Fine. All right, there we go. I can't do the Justin Hall giveaway now. We just spent $50 on 50-50 tickets. Justin Hall better not score any more goals. All right, let's go. So there it is. Maple Leafs website, the 50-50 draw is happening tonight. It's almost $500,000. It's like $494,000. That's insane. That is absolutely wild. I'm sure, there's a lot of tickets bought, so your odds are not good. Oh, what a pickup. What a pickup. This is classic. Here we go. Ready? Tim Horton. Timmy Horton. Look at that. There we go. Tim Horton. You know, Tim Horton is always card number 1. Each year they do the set, and I almost never get him. But there we go. Tim Horton. Look at that rookie picture, too. When they played with, look at that equipment. Oh, my gosh. Tim Horton. Beautiful. Give me medium double from Tim's. There we go. Redeem that, Tim's. Unbelievable. Who are you talking to in the background? It's Dina B. Dina B in the background. Our statistician. She's looking everything up and spending money at the same time. Trevor Zegras. By the way, talking about Dina B, D's Destinations. If you need to book yourself a vacation, if you want to go for a travel, reach out to D's Destinations. It is, Jonathan, number 1. D's Destinations on Instagram. You'll see the link through our chat, I think, in a Wyatt Johnson. She will hook you up. She has been busy booking trips lately. Cruises, Disney trips, all-inclusives. Some good places. I'm jealous. I'd love to go to some of these places. But if you need to book a getaway, you can reach out to me and I'll direct you over, or find her on Instagram, D's Destinations. I'll get her to drop her link in the chat when she finishes the purchase. All right, here we go. This coming around. I hope we win the 50-50. I've never, ever won a 50-50. Rick, they're okay. They're not bad. This down around Toronto on the power play. Let's go. Let's do it up. Book the whole plane to the Bahamas. Mary Dallas will fill it with nurses. Back around. Dallas, I don't think we can afford to spare that many nurses at the same time. Here's a shot. That one is blocked. Nylander going to keep this into the corner. Not very organized here on the power play. Justin Hall going to pick it up. He's going to bank it off the boards. This is going to come out and all the way down the ice. They made some trades this year. They had younger players on their team. Yeah, lots of trades going on. Peter wants that Hattie. Here comes Matthews. Matthews going to bring it in. That's going to be intercepted. Detroit Racing going to bring this one back. Cut in the corner, a backhand wall is down. Doesn't see the puck, it's underneath him. And that's going to be held. 1 minute to go in the power play. 1 minute to go, 4:35 to go here in period number 2. Holy smokes. Yeah, you can drop the profile in. He's going to drop her link in there. WHL is always trading. Gotta love some of those big moves. There it is. D's Destinations. There's the link. You can go over, follow her on Instagram if you need to book a vacation or you know somebody who needs to book a vacation. She will do it. The best thing about using D as a travel agent, there's no extra charges. She will do the work for you. All you need to sit back, relax, and pay for it. This coming around down in the corner. That's always my favorite time when people book their Disney trips and they get the reminders that say, hey, it's time to pay in full. This back to the line, except when it's my turn. Here's a quick shot. That's going to be blocked. Down in the corner, Robertson comes over to Domi. Domi up top, bottom of the faceoff circle, setting it down low. Holmberg walking out of the corner. He misses. Robertson going to back it up. Sending this down around. The goaltender, Mrazek, out to stop it. This coming all the way back through. You can't afford a vacation. Money is tight. Yeah, I'm sure, Matthew, for sure. Absolutely. Riley bringing it down in the corner. Trying to come in. Power play has expired. No shots. Toronto only 3 shots in this period. We got 3:28 to go. Toronto trying to come down low. Can't get it to Holmberg. He ends up on his backside. Here come the Red Wings. Wings driving. Down, Benoit taking his man into the corner. Dark side, how's it going? Here's the Red Wings stepping up with a shot off the goalpost. Holy smokes. There you go, Rick. There you go. This back around. Red Wings going to hold this one in. What do you think to win? Who's going to win today? Oh, hang on a second. Something I just saw pop up. I think they canceled. Sorry, TikTok. Oh, I can't get to it. I think they canceled the post scrum. I think something happened. Maybe after yesterday they canceled it. Interesting. What other jerseys do you have in the jersey sign? So I have, this is my my Alan McCauley jersey. I have a Steve Sullivan jersey, a Kirk Muller jersey, and a Matthew Nyes jersey. Those are my Leaf jerseys. I do have, none of those are signed. I do have downstairs hanging up, I got my Doug Gilmour and Phil Kessel. Those are 2 signed Leaf jerseys. And then I got my Carter Verhaeghe Florida Panther jersey. Post leaders debate scrum canceled due to security concerns. Interesting. I think it's BS. Down around in the corner. Long pass up. Here comes Detroit again. This shot is going to be blocked. I do have some older jerseys, but unfortunately, those don't fit me anymore. Got an old Brett Hull St. Louis Blues jersey, an old Mighty Ducks jersey. I think I even have an old Ottawa Senators jersey, to be honest. But those are all much smaller sizes. Down around, this is going to be flipped in. Toronto trying to get it out. I would love to get a Celebrini San Jose Shark jersey. I'd love to get a Kraken jersey. This in the corner, but the Kraken, the white Kraken jersey with the blue on it, stunning. This around down in the corner, trying to pick this one up. Sorry that I froze you, TikTok. I went to move something. 1.5 minutes to go. 1.5 minutes to go in a second period where Toronto has been nowhere to be found. By the way, DeBrincat's power play goal was his 39th. Sider and Kane picked up assists on that one. Jangy, what's going on? Yeah, they're down 3-1, but it's okay. Nothing really going on in this game. Nothing really cooking. It means nothing. An old Oilers jersey like Fury Curry. Oh, that would be good. No, I don't have an old Oilers jersey. I would love. Do I have an Oiler? No, I do not. I do not. If I was going to get an Oiler jersey, it would be a Gretzky jersey by far. I would absolutely love an old Gretzky jersey.
like this. So if you don't hit me hard,
But sometimes it's hard, right? It's always hard to decide who you want. You know, I was a big Kirk Muller fan, and when I got the jersey, I had to order it because back in the day, you know, you had to go to a jersey store to get them customized. And I ordered it, and it took like 2 weeks, and I picked it up. The day I got the jersey was the day Kirk Muller was traded. And I was actually going to a Toronto Raptor game, and the Raptors were playing at Maple Leaf Gardens at the time. That's how far back it was. And I wore my Kirk Muller jersey, and the mascot came up to me and was making fun of me because he was just traded. This shot comes in, going to be picked up. This going to be cleared. 34 seconds to go. Just hoping this period gets out. How about 100 if Hall beats up Domi and Domi? Deal, Peter, deal. Dan, next stream is going to be on Saturday. We kick off the playoffs Saturday. And we're going to be streaming almost every day from then. Again, if you look on our main channel page, tomorrow afternoon, evening, we will have a whole bunch of streams scheduled. We're going to try and put them up in advance so you guys know exactly what we're streaming and when. So it's important to check our main YouTube page. It's also important to make sure your notifications are on. So when we do go live, you will get the little notification. Can Toronto come back? Mo wants to know. Absolutely they can. It's only 2 goals. Only 2 goals. Not a big deal at all. All right, let's go to the intermission and let's just continue the conversation. We're having some fun here today. The game is kind of secondary. We're just having a good time hanging out. 27 shots for the Red Wings, 12 for the Maple Leafs, 15 hits for Toronto, 7 for Detroit, 24-11 the faceoffs. Toronto is almost at 70% in the faceoffs. That is wild. Detroit is 1 for 2 on the power play. Toronto is 0 for 2. 14-13 the giveaways there, and that number concerns me. Rick Domi is playing. He is on the second line tonight. Again, another game with a lot of giveaways. Going into the playoffs, they really need to slow down with those giveaways. I'm okay. Can't find the right Facebook page because the Facebook page I found doesn't have a follow button. Oh, weird, Matthew. Matthew, if you go to our website, samwelb12experience.com, we have one of the menu pages at the top is social. And if you click on social, you'll be able to get all of our social media, and you'll be able to follow us along on all the places. But let me just double check that because it shouldn't. Let me check. Let me check myself just so I don't want to give you bad information. So bear with me 1 second while I open it up the page. You should see our logo and everything on it. Of course, that's actually not going to work, Sam. You can't look up your own page there, bud. Let me check out one other thing. I mean, I can look it up, but I have a different view. So if you search for it, yeah, it just should say following. It should have the name, the samwelb 12 Experience, with our logo, with our circle logo with the SB12 in it. All right, let's get back out of here. Let's go. You're wearing the Knights hoodie. John's got the Knights hoodie. He's already fired up. There it is. Thank you, Onyx, dropping our social media in. Social media, not social. See, I don't even know my own website info. Okay, let's back this one up. So giveaways. Giveaways are getting a little too high. Not a fan of such high giveaway numbers. That's something Toronto really needs to reel in. They really need to bring that in. Toronto was favored. Yes, they were, Mo. They were favored to win. But, being the last game of the season, it's very tough to go by what the odds makers are saying are the favorites. Detroit has nothing to play for right now. Toronto just needs to get through this game without getting hurt. They just want to get through. They just want to finish it and then start getting ready for Ottawa. Now, they do have a couple of days to rest, which is great. So hopefully we do get McCabe, Ekman-Larsson, and David Kempf all back for game 1. That would be huge. That would be really, really, really much needed. All right. Let's see here. Let me scroll back around. Okay, taking a look. Takeaways 3 each. Block shots, 8 block shots apiece. So again, that's okay. But Toronto's just coming in here and they're just going with the flow, right? Just going with the flow. Mitch Marner, again, it was his 101st point. He now passes Daryl Sittler's 100 points from 75-76 for the sixth most in a season in Maple Leafs history. So good for you. Congrats, Marner. And DeBrincat, who scored a goal, moved within one of becoming the Red Wings' first player, the first Red Wings player with a 40-goal season since Marian Hossa did it in 08-09. So congrats to DeBrincat for doing that. What's the Jake McCabe situation? So Wayne, last I was hearing today is he should be good to go for Sunday. He was still a little banged up. There was a chance he could have played today, but they said there's no point in rushing him back just in case. So he should be fine to go on Sunday. All right, as we're getting in here, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate that. Mila, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Okay, so let's take a look. This being the last game of the season, let's go through some of these stat leaders. Nikita Kucherov comes up and snipes Nathan MacKinnon to take over the league lead in points. Kucherov 121 points. Mitch Marner was tied with Connor McDavid. Now he steps ahead with 101. He's behind David Pastrnak and Leon Draisaitl have 106. Safe to say he is not going to catch them, but a heck of a season here by Marner. Leafs showing their playoff strength. John, no. You can't put any stake in this team here today of what they're going to do in the playoffs. None at all. I would not worry. So Kucherov, congrats, 121 points, one heck of a season. Leon Draisaitl is going to take it home, 52 goals, amazing. William Nylander is going to end up with his 45. If he ends up getting one or two more tonight, I mean, it's doubtful it could happen, but if he ends the season at 45 goals, that's phenomenal. Hall scored 2 goals this season. Malkovich paid that man his money, right? Exactly. He's earned that $5 million. But Draisaitl 52 goals, Nylander 45, Tage Thompson just behind at 44, Ovechkin and Pastrnak with 43. So good goals all the way around. Sam Reinhart struggled after the Four Nations tournament. He still ends up with 39 goals, a little bit off his pace from last year for sure. In the assist category, it's all Kucherov, 84 assists. Him and McKinnon were tied there with 84 assists. Connor McDavid with 74 assists. Mitch Marner will now have 74 assists as well. So he's going to tie Connor McDavid for assists. So again, a heck of a season here. Mitch Marner putting up Connor McDavid-like numbers, which is absolutely crazy when you think about it. Game-winning goals, Leon Draisaitl, Mark Scheifele tied with 11 for the lead. Matt Boldy with 10. Bunch of guys at 9. Aho, Gunther, Sidney Crosby, Kucherov, and Suzuki, all with 9. Caulfield and Kyle Connor with 8. Nylander and Tavares were on this list. They have now fallen off. If we go down to penalties, Zadorov, most penalties in the league with 145. Matthew Oliver in second with 139. AJ Greer and Brady Tkachuk, 130, 123. So there you go. Brady Tkachuk, who's fourth in the league with penalties. That's something you got to keep an eye on. Something you need to know going into that series. Let's see if we keep on scrolling here. For the goaltenders, Connor Hellebuyck, 47 wins, leads all goaltenders with most wins. Vasilevsky behind him with 38, followed by Ottinger, Bobrovsky, Hill, Kemper, Montembeault. Shutouts wise, Connor Hellebuyck again, 8 shutouts for him. Vasilevsky with 6, Gustafsson with 5, Kemper with 5, Shesterkin, Bobrovsky all with 5. Anthony Stolar is on that list with 4. When it comes to goals against, this is a little skewed because you have guys like Akira Schmid who played 2 games. Scott Wedgwood, he has a 199. How many games has he played? But Connor Hellebuyck on there with a 2.0 goals against, which is amazing. Darcy Kemper with a 2.02. Anthony Stolarz with a 2.14 goals against amongst the leaders. On the save percentage side, Anthony Stolarz, probably number 1 spot amongst goalies who played a certain amount of games. A 926 save percentage for Anthony Stolarz. That's lights out amazing. If Kaprizov playing well, yeah, so Kirk, Kaprizov is incredible. he is probably one of the more underrated players in this league. With Kaprizov out, it is a big, big, big hole that the Wild had to fill for a while. Vasilevsky has made the most saves this year with 1,580 saves. Igor Shesterkin, 1,557, just behind him there. The good thing here is the Maple Leafs are not on this list, which means they're not giving up a lot of shots, letting their goaltenders have to make a lot of saves. Total shots against, Igor Shesterkin has that top spot, followed by Vasilevsky and Sorokin. The New York Rangers, there's a reason why they're not in the playoffs, and part of it is they gave up the most shots against. When it came to special teams, again, it's Nikita Kucherov with the most power play points with 46. Nathan MacKinnon with 38. Lucas Raymond and Clayton Keller with 37. Shorthanded points, it's Alex Tuck with 8 leading the league. Sebastian Aho, Seth Jarvis, Anthony Cirelli, and Brendan Hagel all with 7. So there's some stats for you. Now, there is one thing I meant to look up before, but, well, quite frankly, I forgot. I want to see. There was a survey that went around. The NHLPA puts a survey around every year, and there's some interesting results that I wanted to walk through. I wonder, can I view full results? Click here. All right, that's exactly what I wanted to see. These are voted for by the players. A total of 663 NHL players were asked 12 hockey-related questions for this season. They selected their top choices of various topics around the game, rating their peers on skill in fashion to best on ice in the league and more. So let's go over some of these and see if you agree. Best goaltender. Now, we just went through the stats. Who would you say was the best overall goaltender in the NHL? Who did the NHL players vote as the best overall goaltender? I'd be curious to see your take. New York Rangers were favorites to win the Cup the start of the year. They were, because they were the President's Trophy winner last year. And that team just absolutely disappeared. So, best overall goalie. Who do you think the NHL players voted for as the best goaltender? I may just have to rhyme through these because it's going to take a little bit. All right, we got some Mike Vernon, Wayne Shesterkin. Shesterkin was second. Good pick. Shesterkin was second with 23.5% of the vote. Connor Hellebuck was third with 15.5% of the vote. So good choices, both in the top 3. Marc-Andre Fleury, not on the list. Not on the list. Again, Hellebuck was third. Good choice, though. You'd think Fleury would have got more votes. Vasilevsky, BD. Vasilevsky was at 31%. Said Andre Vasilevsky was the best goaltender. Shesterkin at 23%. Hellebuck at 15%. Bobrovsky got 8% of the vote. And UC Saros got 4% of the vote. All right. Let's go. Best overall forward. Who did they pick? Who did the players vote as the best overall forward? Maybe can I copy and paste this in the chat? There we go. Let's go. Best overall forward. Who did the players pick? AM34. Was he even on this list? Matthews was not on the lists. Draisaitl not on the list, but Connor McDavid is the selection. Almost 74% voted Connor McDavid as the best overall forward. Nathan MacKinnon in second with 9%. Kucherov with 6%. Sidney Crosby with 1.5%. And Kaprizov with 1.5%. But Connor McDavid, 73%. That is huge. Huge. All right, let's switch it over. Let's go. Best overall defenseman. I make fun of all my friends. Prep, absolutely. I'm having a good hair day. Come on, I'm having a good hair day. Who is the best overall defenseman as voted by the players? Best overall defenseman voted by the players. Let's see who you guess. PK Subban. Lucas, that's awesome. It is not PK Subban. That is a guarantee. Luke Shen. Shen is not on the list. Cartoons, you are not on the list. I don't know your real name, but it's not on the list. I'll give you a hint. Adam Fox got 2% of the vote. Roman Yossi got 3% of the vote. Victor Hedman got almost 6% of the vote. Let's see. What's that getting? 1.5, right? Connor McDavid was 101. That guy cut back. Who will go through? Sends for the Leafs. Swedish Rob, I think Leafs are going through. It's Cale Makar. Cale Makar voted the best overall defenseman at 72%. Quinn Hughes was 70%. All right, let me just run through these here real quickly because time is ticking. Most complete player. The most complete player, Sidney Crosby was number 1 at 34% of the vote. Alexander Barkov, number 2 at 31% of the vote. Nathan McKinnon at 7%. McDavid at 7%. Austin Matthews makes the list at 3%. And so is Anze Kopitar. But Sidney Crosby voted most complete player. Who is the best playmaker as voted on the players? It's Nikita Kucherov. 48% said Nikita Kucherov is the best playmaker. I sincerely disagree with that. Connor McDavid only got 20% of the vote. I would say Connor McDavid is a better playmaker than Kucherov. Mitch Marner, not even on this list. I would argue he should be. Draisaitl gets 6% of the list. I don't think Draisaitl is a playmaker. He's a goal scorer. Panarin, 5%. And Sidney Crosby at 3%. So that's crazy. Kucherov getting some love. If you need a face-off win, who would you pick? Who is your face-off guy? Taking 20% of the vote was Sidney Crosby. Crosby voted best face-off guy. Ryan O'Reilly picks up about 10%. Kopitar at 9%. Jordan Staal at 8%. And Alex Barkov at 8%. Who is the overall smartest player? Sidney Crosby at 27% takes top spot. Kucherov takes second with 24%. McDavid only gets 11%. Barkov at 6%. And Adam Fox at 3%. The best overall skater, and I thought this actually would have been a little bit closer. The best overall skater, Connor McDavid, 66% of the vote. Cale Makar at 11%. Nathan McKinnon at 8%, Quinn Hughes at 2%, and Jesper Bratt at 1.8%. But again, Connor McDavid, the best overall skater. Now, switching it to some of the fun stuff, who has the best fashion sense? Which player has the best fashion sense? It's David Pastrnak at 15%, tied with Austin Matthews, also at 15%. Matthews and Pastrnak, 15%. William Nylander at 12%, Patrick Laine at 3%, and Rupe Hintz at 2%. Now, who would be a good broadcaster once they retire? Which players would be the best broadcaster when they retire? Wait, we can't make fun of Sam anymore? Did I miss something? I'm trying to run through these real quick. Best broadcaster, Kevin Hayes at 5%, Ryan Strome at 3%, Brad Marchand at 3%, Pat Maroon at 3%, Eric Comrie at 3%. All right, that's enough. Which PWHL rulebook change would you like to see in the NHL? The jailbreak rule. That takes it 29%. Beverly was samwelb 12. Beverly, thank you so much. Jailbreak rule from the PWHL is the number one vote that people would like to see in the NHL. The 3-2-1-0 point system, 3 points for a regulation win, 2 points for an OT shootout win, 1 point for a shootout or overtime loss, 24%. So very, very cool. And last but not least, which arena is voted to have the best ice? The best ice in the National Hockey League? It's the Bell Center in Montreal at 45%. Rogers Place in Edmonton at 15%, followed by Winnipeg, Minnesota, and Las Vegas. Those are who the players voted for. That was a lot to run through in 3 minutes. That was pretty awesome. Let's get set. Period number 3 is coming up. Will the Maple Leafs have a chance and make a game of this? Or are they just going to pack it up, pack it in, and not begin. The NHL rule refs get to the penalty box. Oh, cartoons. I would love that. I'm going to take a quick drink. Let's go. Period number 3. Let's do it.
More than anything else. Think about the 2 recent Florida experiences. 1 year against Vegas, they could barely field the lineup. Last year, they were pretty healthy when it was all said and done.
BD Gaines. That's awesome. Have you? This is great hair. Dan, I'm having a great hair day.
And if I'm the Toronto Maple Leaf coaching staff,
But definitely would not want that job. Would definitely not that job at all.
But I would be very judicious in my deployment of Chris Tanev because he can't help but get in the way. That's how he plays.
All right.
Hits, block shots, it's what he does.
Let's go. Off the draw. This is coming back to Riley. Riley. He's going to send it through for Matthews. He misses that one. This coming around down in the corner. Toronto can't catch it up. Wing's going to move it. Far side. Bringing this one down. Did the kid come home? Okay, just checking.
Trying to get through it.
Here's Matthews back with it.
Bringing this one around. Taking a look.
It is such a grind to get.
Here's a long pass up and all the way down the ice. We still have not hit 100 likes. Come on, folks. We need 11 people. Smash that thumbs up for us. Hit that thumbs up. Let's get it going. And hit that subscribe. Here comes Willie. Nylander going to cycle this one back around. Taking a look. Bounce pass, Nylander. Moving it forward. Going to play it across. Toronto. Up over the line. Nice move by Benoit. Benoit bringing this one through. Benny bringing it around behind the net. Out in front to Nylander. He shoots. It gets knocked down in front. Tavares hit from behind. He can't put that one in. This coming around. All the way down. Wall going to slow this one up. Here we go. Sam actually needs... Never prep. It's never going away. This is going to be a long shot. Going to be picked up. Here's Nylander. Nylander going to play this one back. Tanev going to work this one across. There we go. Now we're getting close. 3 more away. 2 more away. Who's going to put us over the top? Over to Holmberg. Holmberg going to spin around. Holmberg taking a look. Let's go. Holmberg on the move. We were also, here's Robertson with a blast. That one's going to go high and out of play. I haven't looked at the numbers, Art, because I'm all out of devices. All my devices are in use. But we were almost at 25,800 subscribers. We were just a couple of subs short. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Help put us over. Longest playoff droughts. Buffalo at 14 seasons. Detroit at 9. And Anaheim with 8. There's a link if you want to get your Fanatics playoff t-shirt. There's our Fanatics link. You can go ahead and click on over. Dan, never. It's au natural. This coming around down in the corner. It's what happens. Usually I wear the hat. You guys forget that I actually have hair. That's why the Leafs aren't winning tonight. We didn't wear the hat. Get out here, Winter. All we want is playoffs. We all want the playoffs. 2 days away. This coming around in the corner. Buffalo, man, they've been so close. That team is really building up well. They're a couple pieces away. And again, welcome to everybody. If you're watching on the television, I know we got a lot of people who watch us up on the big screen. Thank you for supporting, watching us on the television. And there it is. Thank you. 101 likes. Appreciate that. Thank you for getting us up and over. Now, one thing we're not going to break out for this playoff run is going to be the bucket. The bucket has not proven to be lucky this year, so the bucket has been put away for the season down in the hockey bag, but we're going to come up with some other things that we're going to have to do to see if they prove to be lucky. The bucket ran its course, but what playoff magic will we be able to bring this year to change the vibes in the universe? Detroit sending this down into the Leaf zone, still 3-1. 17 minutes to go. No shots at all in this period. Toronto only had 4 shots in the second period. That's it, just 4. This coming around. It's the same as
Raymond, by the way, has not come out here for the third period for Detroit.
put on the mouth guard. Do handstands for. I don't have enough room, Hayden. I don't have enough room. I don't even know if I still have one, Kirk. Lorenz putting this one across. Nice little dangle. Great little dangle. Keep it going. Scores! Yeah, baby! Who is that? It's Philippe Myers. Philippe Myers just walks up and goes, excuse me, I'm going to go around this way. Oh, excuse me, pardon me, back this way. Oh, excuse me, I'm going this way. Hey, look, there's a goal. And he puts it in. What a goal. Philippe Myers, there's one, there's two, and there's three. Holy smokes. 2 dangles. And just says, oh, I see your 5-hole, and I'm going to bury it. Holy smokes. Philippe Myers just says, Peter Mrazek, don't expose your 5-hole because I'm going to take it home. And he just slides that little ditty through. What a goal. But ding. That was one of the nicest goals I've seen. And it's a defenseman who takes this one home, a 1-goal game. Myers, his second from Lorenz and Yarncrook. That was pretty. That was pretty. Yes, sir. I need one more. Making fun of Sam's hair brings goals. That's true, unfortunately. This coming around, Bobby Mack lost it in his skate. Detroit gonna knock it down. Bergeron put it around behind the net. Let's go. One more. Let's tie it up. Come on, Holmberg. Long pass up to Robertson. Robertson bringing this one in. He's gonna play it over to Benoit. Kicks it up to his stick. He shoots. That's a big save. Wow, we got Philippe Myers, his second of the year. Justin Hall, his second of the year. This coming around down in the corner. Here's a long clearing attempt. The Red Wings carrying this one up. Patrick Kane, he's going to dump it in now. What a beautiful goal by Philippe Myers. 15 minutes to go. 3-2 Detroit. Here's Matthews. Long pass up to Marner. That's deflected away. Here they come back the other way. Detroit, Kane trying to send it back. He got caught up in Marner's jersey. Marner going to settle it down. He's on the move. Marner cutting in. Mitchie, he's going to pull up. He's going to slide it over to Matthews. Matthews, 2 wings up on him. The wings too much for Matthews. And he's going to send this one out and down the ice. Carlo back with it. Carlo, little saucer pass up to Matthews. Austin back to Carlo. They're going to set it up. Matthews going to Avs in 7 over the Stars. Here comes Riley, going to play this one up. Nylander, wheeling and dealing, cutting through. Wheelander. He's wheeling, he's dealing, he's Nylander. He's now Wheelander. He's going to come back to the line. Here's a shot deflected wide into the corner. Little broken stick here as Tarasenko, and he actually kind of threw that over. B-Man, what's going on? Yeah, I haven't watched. I've had enough of all of them. Down around in the corner. There it is, Mark. I love my Leafs. Here's Riley coming up. Hey, I think Wheelander is a pretty good name. Over the line, going to be dumped in. Taking this look around. Here comes Hall. Hall going to play it ahead. Dumped down in the corner. Myers going back at it. Murmas in there as well. Shot comes up high on wall. He's going to knock this one down. Back around. Myers going to pick it up again. Long pass picked up here by Lawton. Lawton playing it over to Lorenz. Let's go. Fourth line. Do it. Here's a shot, and that one's going to go wide. B-Man, you did miss the greatest goal in NHL history. Not really. Justin Hall, shot from the point. Justin Hall, my hero, scored for Detroit. Made me so happy. That's right, Bradley. Lots of time. Tie it and win it. Just like that. And we win it on a Justin Hall giveaway. This is going to come across. Here's Tanev. Tanev looking up ice. He's going to play this to the side. Bobby McMahon going to chip this one down. In the corner. This coming around. Oh, it's tipped out and all the way down. Is this going to be an icing? It is. as Benoit is back there first. We're going to give them all nicknames. Benoit has to be Benoit. The Benoity one. They're showing this replay again of this goal. Myers was just filthy. And Nick Robertson has this look on his face like, did that just happen? That was crazy. Eminem, what's going on? Welcome. Go Leafs. Leafs are going. They're cooking. They just got one to bring it within one. 29 shots, however, for the Red Wings. Only 14 for the Maple Leafs. 8 shots in the first, 4 in the second, 2 here in the third. Larkin bringing this into the Leafs zone. He's going to throw it in. That's turned over. Back to Holmberg. Holmberg tried to feed Robertson, missed him. And Robertson is having some words with the official. They're both kind of laughing about whatever happened. So this is coming all the way back down into the Maple Leaf zone, where your smelly elbow pads. The elbow pads aren't so smelly. They are a little tight. Problem is to put them on under the jersey. Nah, maybe the gloves. Maybe we'll take out the gloves again. Maybe that'll do it. Off the draw. This is going to be tipped out. Bobby Mack racing for it. Bobby Mack with speed. Bobby Mack curling in. He just can't pull the shot off. Tried to pass it back in front. But a great play there. This coming the other way. In over the line. Matthews. He's going to bring this through. B-Man with that thumbs up. Thank you, B-Man, with the super sticker. The 5 spot. Appreciate you, buddy. Fragment, what's going on? Just send Kane back to Chicago. Wouldn't that be something? He'd be a good mentor for a young Bedard. Bedard is the Padawan, Kane as the master. Here's Matthews. He's going to slide this one through. Too far for Nyzy. Marner going to cut it off. Marner going to bring this one up. Nice little move. Oh, he has his pocket picked. Herman, what's going on? Welcome in. For everybody new that's coming in, playoffs start Saturday. We will be live on Saturday. Kicking it off with the first game, the Blues and the Jets. Blues and the Jets kicking it off. I had to think about that for a second. Blues and the Jets. Of course, Stars and Avalanche played later on Saturday evening. Back-to-back games. Matthews behind the net. Bringing it up. Here they come, dropping it back for Nyes. He misses that one. Bringing a large center to play between Nyes and Bobby Mack. Mark, that would be sweet. Not easy to find. Yeah, Onyx. Oh, it's been a long day. Here's a long shot. Nice stop by Wall. Keeps that one out. Oh, tire blown there in the corner. And Tyler Mott went heavy down. Yes, Leafs on Sunday. Sunday. They're going to go to commercial break. Leafs on Sunday. Going to be a good one. Battle of Ontario kicks it off. And of course, for all my wrestling fans, it's WrestleMania weekend. And we will be giving some updates of WrestleMania as it goes on. We're going to have it up in the corner of our screen here, watching along. And I'm excited. I'm very, very excited. What time on Sunday? 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock Sunday. So we'll probably go live about 6:45 is what I'm thinking. 6:45. Tuesday is going to be game 2. Tuesday, I believe, is a 7:30 start. So it's a little bit later. They also play Thursday and then the following Saturday. So that's the first 4 games for Toronto. We'll have Montreal and Washington as well coming up. I believe that game is on Monday. So Monday will be Montreal and Washington. But we're going to go through. We're going to get everything scheduled tomorrow. So if you check out our main channel page, you should be able to see a whole bunch of stuff there and ready to rock. We've started working on it, but we just haven't made anything public yet. So tomorrow is going to be build a stream day as we get everything built up and ready to go. I'm excited. I'm so pumped up. We got it right here. It's right here and waiting. It wants to come and snuggle. It wants its camera time. It wants its TV time. But it's going to be so much fun. Washington's sleeping right now against the Penguins. Did they sit anybody? I'm sure they must have. Ovechkin and Crosby going toe-to-toe. Will it be the last time these two will play each other? Will one of them retire? Will Ovechkin play out his last year next year? Will Crosby play a full season next year? Or will he retire after the Olympics? So much in the air. A lot of Canadian teams here. Jeff O'Neill in the crowd tonight. Jeff O'Neill there cheering him on. Oh, playoffs. Playoffs. Love it. Cam, what's going on? Welcome in. Crosby's going to play till he's 40. Isn't he 39? Name a hockey player for edit. Ethan, how's it going? Part of that's cut off there. It's hard to read. For edit, name a hockey player for an edit. Austin Matthews. This coming around, flipped up all the way down the ice. Tanev going to grab it. He's going to turn and, whoops. Sam, take your screen off. There you go. Playing this one back. Tipped through. Laurent's going to race this one down. Mrazek going to get it. 3 pens. We haven't even looked at the out-of-town scoreboard all night here tonight because these games are all for naught. But let's do it. We'll take a little peek here. 5-4 Hurricanes over the Senators. 5-0 Blue Jackets over the Islanders. Good thing Montreal won yesterday with the Blue Jackets 5-0 over the Islanders. Buffalo 4-3 over the Sabres. Penguins 3-2 over the Capitals. Rangers 2-0 over the Lightning. So a lot of the playoff teams struggling right now. Here's Detroit coming in with a shot. This back around down the corner. Detroit at the line, cross ice. Cycling around, trying to set this one up.
Flips it back down. Back when there were more lucrative performance bonuses.
Taking a look. Toronto going to pick it up. They're going to carry. Little flip pass all the way down the ice. That's going to be gloved. Thrown ahead. Right in front, between the legs. Nylander with a nice move. He was too close. Didn't have a lot of room to work with. Almost came up on one big there. Look at that. Dakota Mermis. Mermis has played 17 and a half minutes. Wow. And Moritz Sider up 19 minutes. That's a lot of ice time. 8.5 minutes to go. 8.5 minutes to go. This one winding its way down. Here's Toronto, long pass up the middle. That's going to be turned over. Back to Riley. Riley going to move it around. This is the most teams in the playoffs. You know, B-Man, I was wondering. I wanted to look that up to see how long it's been since we've had this many. You know, it's funny. There was a point in time in this season where Vancouver and Calgary were right in there, and we thought Montreal would be the only Canadian team to miss. Obviously, that is not the case. Robertson coming with a shot. That's going to go high and over. Holy smokes. They going to have NHL animated still? You know, that's a good question, Kirk. I'm not sure. I hope so. I've been hearing it's very popular. I haven't seen it myself, but I've heard it's very popular. Laurent's trying to dig this one out of the corner. Trying to get this one going. Back to the line, all the way out. Toronto D setting it up. Here's a long play up to Laurent. Goes between the legs of the Red Wing player. Now they're moving this one in. Detroit's going to steal. 4-3 are the shots in this period. 7:25 to go. Here's a shot blocker saved by Wall. Down in the corner, Toronto going to clear. Sider bringing this one all the way back. Turning it around, here's Mott. Nope, he's going to play this one back now. Setting it all up. We need Wielander to get going. Fourth line minutes here, piling up. Toronto setting this one all the way down. Detroit bringing it right back. Here come the Red Wings. Larkin, he's in here. Larkin looking, he's going to set it into the slot. Here's a backhand. Wall is down. Nice save. Rebound. He had to guard that post. Trying to bank it off of him. This coming around, stolen away. Here's Marner. Nope. Cannot control. Back in. They're going to slide this one through in front. No. Coming back around. Here's Tanev. He blocks. Marner going in the corner. Marner almost got tripped up. Nyes, little spin around. He's going to pick it up. 6.5 to go. Nyes going to dump this one down off the boards. Matthews trying to get in there with Nyes. Nyes going to bring it ahead. Detroit on the fly. They're going to bring this one up over the line. Into the Leaf zone is Larkin again. Larkin with it. Almost turning it over. Setting it towards the net. It hops just past Wall and goes wide. Kane behind the net. Patty Kane setting it up. Montreal, Toronto, Ottawa, Winnipeg, and Edmonton. Yes. And here's Marner taking it away. Getting it up to Nyes. Nyes using his shoulder to create a little space. Now he's going to play it back. Toronto going to change it up. 5:52 to go. 5:52 to go. It'd be a great mod. Dan, you would be. You would be. Here they come back the other way. Sasham, how's it going? Detroit going to bring it around. 5 minutes, 30 seconds to go. Maple Leafs are down by 1. 3-2 is the score. Stolen away by Toronto. Domi trying to get going. He has it taken away. And again, the Wings bringing it up. Tavares going to stop the Wings in their tracks as he kind of throws a little bump onto Brinkat. Back to Myers. Myers going to carry this one up to the red line. He's going to chip it in. Robertson going in the corner here after it. Tavares coming around the other side, yet to change. Bobby Mack at the line. Going to help hold this one in. Toronto playing this one back in deep. Onyx, I just acknowledged he would be. I didn't say anything more. Here comes Toronto on the rush. Holmberg over the line. Holmberg coming in. Holmberg trying to split the D. Got through but ran out of room. Putting it in front for McMahon. He slides it just wide. 4:40 to go. 4:40 to go. Oh my goodness. Long pass going to come up. Tanev back in his own zone. Tanev going to work this one through. Back over to Benoit. Benny's going to play it up to little Nicky. Nicky playing it back across. Toronto to the Red Wings line. They're actually offside there, but it didn't get called. They're going to shovel this down. And the Wings and Leafs going to change up to the final 4 minutes of play in game number 82. Game number 82. 4 minutes to go. Detroit is up 3-2. Playoffs start on Saturday. We're going to be live Saturday. We're going to be live Sunday. We're going to be live Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You name it, we're probably going to be live. I hope you will join us all playoffs long. And even if you can't stay, come on in, say hello, smash that like, and tell your friends about us. Down around in the corner. Wings going to move this one through. Here comes Detroit, up over the line. Driving this one in, centering it, and stolen. Lorentz, he can't get it out. 3:20 to go. 3:20 to go. Here's Riley in the corner. You got Justin Hall in your pool. For the pool of players who did not make it. Here they come. Marner, long pass across for Nyes. Nyes has it bump off his stick, but got it back to Marner. Marner spinning around to Myers. He steps into one. Rebound comes off the board. The puck is hopping around like crazy. Myers, 98 miles an hour on that shot. Wow. This coming around. Matthew Nyes is going to steal. Nyes is with Matthews. Going to be dumped in. Matthews going in the corner. Marner going to the front of the net. Matthews, he's getting pressed up against the board. Gives a little elbow here to Sider. Coming over in front for Nyes. And a great save coming across. Matthews' shot. That's going to go high. They came close. Oh, big feud going on behind. Matthews and Sider still going at it. That's not you want with 2.5 minutes to go, a game 82 with a non-playoff team. Matthews back to pick this one up. Sider is watching him. Matthews going to dump it off. He's going to go change up. Hey, Bruce, welcome in. Benoit bringing this one home. Benny taking it around. He's going to get bumped. Tavares on the far side. He's going to play it back to Benoit. Benoit in the high slot. Nylander. He's spinning around. Nylander. Nice moves. He goes down and gives it away. Oh, Willie. Yeah, Bruce, it's going to be a tough matchup, but I think we got it. I think we got it. What about Monday Prime? Kirk, I don't believe they are doing it. From what I saw, it looks like it's going to be on the regular networks. So Sportsnet here in Ontario, and I forget the network in the States that it's on. But it looks like regular networks, no more Amazon Prime. 1:30 to go, 1:30 to go. Toronto. Nylander down by a goal. Dropping it to Willie. Wall is going to leave the net. It's an empty net. Detroit has the puck. They're going to flip this one up. It's rolling. It's rolling. It's rolling. It's going wide. Riley is back and they wave off icing. Are you kidding me? What a joke, Mr. Linesman. Here comes Marner bringing it in. Marner to Matthews. Matthews with a dangle. Matthews in front. And that one goes just wide. Tavares with the backhand puts it over the net. Here's Domi. 1 minute to go. Marner sending this one across. Matthews has it taken away from him. DeBrincat going to roll it out. This is kept in by Riley. Riley under attack by DeBrincat. Domi going to stop him. Marner back. Going to send it up to Tavares. 40 seconds to go. Tavares going cross ice in the slot. Domi, he turns it over. Detroit with the puck. 3-on-2. It's an empty net. And a nice play by Tavares to steal it away. Tavares. But he couldn't control it. And the Wings send it down the ice again. Marner going to pick up this puck. He's going to chip it ahead. 23 seconds to go. Nye's going to bring this one in. Nye's sending it to Nylander. To the side. Toronto back to the point. Over to Willie in the high slot. 13 seconds to go. Marner with a shot. That goes way wide. Holmberg going to pick this one up. They got to get it to the front of the net. 5 seconds to go. You got 3 Leafs behind the goal line. Into the slot. They score! Are you kidding me? 1.8 seconds left to go. And Chris Tanev greases the oils and buries this one. Yeah! Wow, 1.8 seconds left to go. Why not? Why not take game number 82 and send it to overtime, Chris Tanev? Holy smokes. Are you kidding me? Philip Myers, Chris Tanev. The D is bringing the goals here tonight. Monty, what's going on? Welcome in. Unbelievable. Typical Wings. Unbelievable. Tanev with that toothless smile. Holy smokes. John Tavares breaking up that play where the Wings had an empty net. And we are going to overtime one last time in the regular season. Jess, how's it going? Welcome in. Holy smokes. Nicole, what's up? Dropping those hearts. Unbelievable. What a finish. Chris Tanev, are you kidding me? Ladies and gentlemen, for the last time in the 24-25 regular season, we are going to overtime.
One shall stand, one shall fall.
Holy smokes. Unbelievable. Both teams pick up a point. Who's going to get the extra? And it's all because of JT blended. Absolutely. Andre, what's going on? Let's go. That's how you finish a season strong. Surfing Owl, what's up? Come from behind. You're down 3-1. You bring it to tie and force overtime. This is all practice. It's all practice. Justin Hall with a goal. Myers with a goal. Tanev with a goal. The only player on both teams who you would expect to score today is Alex DeBrincat and Austin Matthews. Matthews was his 33rd to start the game. Austin Watson with his 3rd. Justin Hall with his 2nd. DeBrincat with his 39th on the power play. Then Myers with his 2nd. Tanev with his 3rd. A lot of people you would not expect to see score did it today. Casey, what's going on? That's why. That is why. B-Man with another 5 spot. Thank you, buddy. B-Man with the super sticker. Let's go. This is it. This is why you need to subscribe. You need to have your notifications set. Why we have so much fun during the playoffs. We get hype, and we want you to be part of it. Let's see that chat hype for B-Man. Get those sticks flying in there. 1.8 seconds left in the game. My goodness. Talk about cutting it close. All right, OT, we're going to see Morgan Riley. Morgan Riley going to start as the Leafs D. You just turned on the game. Well, great timing to turn on the game. All right, who do we got here? We got Pontus Holmberg, Matthew Nyes, and Morgan Riley, the 3 here for Toronto. Detroit going to bring this one in. Cycling it around is Casper. Gonna send this all the way down. Edvinson gonna be on here with Casper. I love that Pontus Holmberg is getting some 3-on-3 overtime time. This is gonna be played up. Detroit coming into the zone. Shot is gonna be deflected high. Holmberg takes his man down. In the corner, Riley gonna get over to Nyes. Holmberg started breaking. Nyes didn't see him. Matty Nyes setting it up. He's waiting. Little change. Scotty Lawton comes on. Oh, Scotty does know. Scotty does know. Nyes bringing it in. He's going to set this one back in the corner, trying to get it over to Lawton. It goes to the point. Shot goes wide. Lawton at the side of the net. He scores! I told you Scotty knows. I told you Scotty knows. Scott Lawton wins the last game of the season for Toronto. What a play. He goes to the net. They chip this behind. It comes to him, and he puts it in. Yeah. Scotty Lawton. What a nice little move. This is a total set play. The shot goes wide, and the goalie bit. The goalie goes down, and it was Talbot in net here. I didn't realize Talbot was in net here. Talbot goes down, and boy, oh boy, Toronto, who is losing 3-1, ties it, goes to overtime, and another unlikely hero wins this in overtime. The game is done. The Maple Leafs finish the season with a 4-game win streak going into the playoffs. They are doing it, and doing it well. They play again on Sunday. Battle of Ontario. Join us right here as we are going to get wild and crazy for it. We start our coverage on Saturday. I hope we'll see you then. I believe it's a 6 o'clock start on Saturday, by the way. Check back the channel. We'll have everything posted. Subscribe. Enable your notifications. You don't want to miss a thing. We will see you this weekend. It's go time. Playoffs just around the corner. Thank you, mods. Appreciate you all so much for what you do. B-Man, thank you so much for the super chats. Thank you, everybody. That's right, Kimberly, Battle of Ontario. Thank you for being a fan. Thank you for being a supporter of us here on the channel. We love what we do, and we'd be nothing without you. Now, let's put the niceness behind, and let's get ready to get mean. Battle of Ontario. Fire it up. Playoffs starts Saturday. Good night, everybody. Have a great one. Let's go.